Hello and welcome to another Saturday night stack chat with me, the Stack Collector, in association with Stackers Social. It's the only place to be when it comes to talking about all things shiny and round. And guys, when I say I've got a guest tonight, do I mean it? It's somebody who's going to need no introduction whatsoever. Probably the first channel that 90% of us UK lot start watching when it comes to silver and gold stacking, is an absolute legend of the community, and I have the absolute honour of introducing to you all the one, the only Backyard Bullion. BYB, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Long time coming for doing the stack chat, so it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, for sure.
A pleasure to hang out with you.
But worth the wait for sure as well, because it's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, I won't be too brain dead from a busy day of childcare, running around after a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So we'll see how we get on. It should be good fun.
Yeah, it takes it out of the best of us, doesn't it? I'm a little bit starstruck tonight. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little bit starstruck tonight because, as I say, to most of us in the UK at least, when especially people who've been around for a couple of years, because 3-4 years ago, there wasn't many other channels to watch in the UK other than you good self. So thank you so much for agreeing to take that time off from the childcare and come and join us for a stat chat. It's an absolute honour and a privilege to have you here. Thank you to everybody.
My pleasure.
No, brilliant. Thank you to everybody who's joining us live in the chat. BBA, Jokers and 𝗬𝗺𝗺𝗃, you were the first 3 people in the live chat, so you've got yourself 10 groin coins. And if there's anybody out there who doesn't know what the groin coin game is, it's just a game where I give out points for various different things. The first 3 people in the live chat gets it every single Saturday. I'll do questions, etc., and the first person to get to 100 groin coin gets a free troy ounce of silver, and then we wipe the scores and start all over again. We're getting very close, guys. If I go over to the leaderboard, Robot Toaster is on 80 at the moment. 𝗬𝗺𝗺𝗃 is on 70 at the moment. So there's a bit of a race now for that top spot. But we might even see the winner tonight. Let's hope so, guys. Good luck to both Robot and 𝗬𝗺𝗺. Very big hello to everybody who's joined us in the chat. As I say, I haven't got the time to go through everybody's name, but I can promise you it's an absolute honour to have each and every single one of you with us here. And 365 has just donated.
As always.
Yeah. What a guy.
What I'd like to say as well, it's always a pleasure to jump into live streams, and I try and jump in as I can, and it's great to see all the names that I even recognise on my channel that leave comments all the time and watch, and the cool kids. So love it. It's great.
Yeah. No, I've just seen a question from Sammy right there, who's asked, "Do you have to be here to be in the duck race?" You do not. As long as you put the comment on last week's post, or you're a channel member, because channel members get automatic entry into all the duck races. Don't worry if you have to nip out. Anyone who put that phrase last week, which was butterballs, deep fried butterballs. We were talking about deep fried foods, and how shocked I am that some people actually consume deep fried butterballs. But
how on earth are people still alive that eat that?
I know. It's so bad, isn't it? It really is so bad. Oh, thank you very much for Golden Silver Ring. I appreciate that. The Golden Silver Ring is a guy from Stackers Social I've been in talks with. They're starting their very own stacking channel. They're hoping, if they haven't put the video out as of yet, they're hoping to do so this weekend. So please head over and give them a quick sub, guys, because really nice chap.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll start things in the usual way, guys, because if you join me normally on a Saturday, you will know we like to look at the weekly spot price change. And this week, it's been quite a bit of a week. We can see gold has gone down. On the pound, it's gone from £3,189.90 down to £3,152.16, which is a drop of £37.74 or 1.18%. On the dollar, it's gone from $4,219.92 down to $4,199.22, which is a drop of $20.70 or 0.49%. Silver has by far had the best week out of the 3, and that has increased from £41.83 last week to £43.89 this week, which is an increase of £2.06 or 4.92%. On the dollar, it's gone from $57.36 to $58.49, which is an increase of $1.13 or 1.97%. If we look at platinum, we can see that that's dropped on the pound from 1273.76 down to 1246.41, which is a drop of £27.35 or 2.15%. And on the dollar, it's gone from 1683.71 down to 1660.08, which is a drop of $23.63 or 1.4%. Before I have a quick chat with you, BYB, about that, 𝗲̱65 just popped behind me in Stack Chat Interact. He's put a little challenge down for everyone to show their favourite backyard bullion piece in there. So I want to see all the fantastic backyard bullion paws in the Stack Chat Interact behind us. If you do want to appear on the screen behind me with either a message or a picture or a GIF or anything like that, just go over to Stackers Social. Here's a link for anybody who didn't know. And what you want to do is find the Stack Chat Interact room and then go in there and you can post live while we are with BYB tonight. But mate, these prices recently, not a great week for gold and platinum, a great week for silver, but
yeah.
You look at the long run, all three of them are still doing fantastic right now, aren't they?
It's different to how it's been every other time we've seen runs on silver and gold in the last 10 years. It's different, 100%. It feels different. Some of my most watched videos have always been silver will never go to the moon, and even me, the humble don't shoot the moon guy, is like, actually, do you know what, it's looking pretty tasty, and I don't know where this is going to stop. So we'll caveat that by saying I still don't think it's going to go to the moon, but we are, I think, seeing a new standard correction. A friend of mine calls it, we're witnessing the devaluation of money in real time now. Before it was a bit of it was like a little bit of a hidden, oh, things are bad, but now it's catching up, and I think we are really seeing that. So yeah, that's very, very crazy.
It is. No, it is. And you're right. I mean, myself, again, when I started my channel 3 years ago, I was saying the exact same thing. Silver's a good hedge against inflation. It's a good, if you're into the collecting side of it, especially, it's a great place to park your money. You're going to do a lot better against inflation than you would in a savings bank. And I was saying pretty similar stuff. I used to say things like, industry is capping, it's holding the price of silver back. I still think that was very true at the time, but I think we've certainly broken that resistance. And like you say, we're seeing that real time catching up over the fact that silver, it didn't really do a lot for quite a few years, did it? 5 years or so. There wasn't a huge amount of movement, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, I've been buying silver for 10 years. And in that 10 years, it has been pretty, there's been two big spikes. The first spike was basically just after the full COVID manic. So a lot of people don't know that actually silver plummeted just when COVID hit. It went down to like £10 an ounce. And then it slowly, over that rest of that year, it jumped all the way up to about £20 an ounce. And then it stayed static around 18 to 20 until pretty much I think it was maybe summer last year when it then started being around 25. And then this year it's just gone on that exponential curve. So I think, like you say, one of the most important things that I will reiterate is that it's a great place to park money, but it is not necessarily meaning that it's going to continue rising, because at some point, those people who are parking their money in silver, and we're talking not people, we're talking major institutions and financial institutions and even countries, they will start taking it out and putting it in other things, and that will have an impact on price. So we are going to see a leveling off at some point. Where will that be? 30, 35, 40, 50, 60? I don't know. But I don't think it's ever going back down to less than 25.
No, certainly. For sure. And it's very much unprecedented territory right now, like you say. It's very... Sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but... No, you're fine.
Every single bullion dealer that I've ever interacted with, that I still talk to on a regular basis, I'm in some WhatsApp groups with a few people, and they've never seen anything like it. They've never seen a demand like this here in the UK. They've never seen the volume, the interest, just like, even the big boys out there are having 10-day dispatch times because they physically don't have the capacity to get all the orders out the door. And that includes people like the boss of some of these companies. And I'm not joking, literally the named boss of some of the companies getting on the packaging floor and packaging items. for 3-4 hours a day, and they've got businesses to run, but they're doing that. So it's pretty crazy.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I don't think we're going to see it shoot the moon in a traditional sense, where it goes X10, X20. I don't think we're going to see that kind of thing. But I do personally, my prediction personally, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. I say it all the time. I'm just some guy on the internet who was allowed access to a camera. But I just have a feeling we're going to see sporadic squeezes every now and again. Like we'll see, like what's happened recently, we'll see a very quick little jump up, and then, like you say, it'll drop again. It will settle, and then it'll stay like that for a little while, and then we'll see, another squeeze. What are your thoughts with how industry's changed, and what are your thoughts on the impact that's had on bullion?
You mean its industrial uses or the bullion industry here in the
Yeah,
UK?
not sorry. So things like the medical industry, the electronics and photovoltaics, that kind of thing, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fully versed with it all. I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke up the backside of people going, I know everything. But it is obvious that there is more industrial demand for it. I think with the current state of the world, there has to be. I mean, we say that, but there are changing opinions all the time about green energy and things. But I do think it's the future. I do think that there is a shift underway, and that shift is going to fuel industrial demand.
Yeah.
The problem will be is whether or not silver will fulfill all the requirements of that industrial demand, or whether they'll just go for something. They'll be like, oh, if we just use copper instead, we'll get 70% of the efficiency, but it will cost us 20 times as less. Yeah. But we'll still be doing more than what it's like a cost benefit analysis, basically.
Absolutely, 100%.
So that's my thoughts on silver in an industrial sense.
Yeah.
I always get a little bit of a giggle when I see some people commenting, going, that I bought 100 kilos of silver or something, and when when the manufacturing industry needs it, I'm going to go and highball them and be like, I've got 100 kilos, buy it off me for this price. I'm like, okay, good luck with that. That's not how the world works. That's not how business works. But sure, you do you. So
for sure.
I don't think we'll ever get there. I don't think there'll be such a scarce shortage of it that it'll be such in demand like that. But it'll continue to be used, and it will continue to grow. I do think that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, for me, what it was, a few months back, I came across, I was just doing a little bit of research in it, just looking at silver's usage, etc., etc. And I came across one graph, and it broke down all the usage for silver, whether that's for bullion industry, medical industry, electronics. It took into account how much was being mined every year, how much was being refined and recycled every year. It took all of that into account. And 2019 was the last year there was a deficit. And I think it was about 17 million troy ounces, and since that date, for 6 years now in a row, there's been a deficit of around 150 to 200 million troy ounces every single year. And I just, you look at that, just supply and demand basically, and you just think, well, if it continues like that, it can. I'm not going to, again, like you said, I'm not saying it's going to shoot the moon, but I think we're going to see, a gradual, steady increase over time.
No, I agree. I think there's a lot more silver, a lot more room for silver than there is for gold at the moment.
Yeah.
If we're going to do that comparison, I think that's the nuts and bolts of it. So for a long time, it's felt like silver has been undervalued. When gold hit 2,000 an ounce, silver felt undervalued. When it hit 2.5, 3, it still felt undervalued. And I think it's still undervalued now at around 43, 44.
Yeah.
I think the ratio needs to get down to about 60 to 1 again, which would put silver about 55, 60 if gold stayed the same. So that's the ratio that I'm looking for, that will then, I think, indicate to me there's going to be a shift in the demand, and then gold will start rising.
Yeah.
And that ratio will start stretching.
Yeah.
So I'm a ratio. If I'm looking at charts, I'm a ratio guy, and I have been a ratio guy for 10 years. And I've done a lot of ratio trading over my time. And I think that is the biggest indicator for me. We were at 100 to 1 over 6 months ago, and now we're at 77 to 1 or something I can't remember what the exact ratio is right now, but it's going to get to 65, 60, and then it'll start going the other way. And that will either mean silver goes down or gold goes up. And I think it's going to be the latter. Gold starts to go up and catch up.
Yeah, I agree.
Not financial advice.
No, exactly. This is just our predictions. But as a fun prediction, we do this every week.
Yes. Go for it.
Just for 1 week, just as a bit of fun, what do you think we're going to see the price? Last week I got it wrong. I thought we were going to see a little bit of a drop from 41 because we saw that high come the Friday. It went the other way and it went a bit higher actually. So I was completely wrong myself this last week. But where do you think, especially with silver, where do you think the price is going to be this time next week?
45.50.
Okay.
It's going up next week.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to be around where it is now, or maybe a little bit higher. I don't think it's. I've got a feeling it's not going to go down. So 45 is probably about where I'm at this time next week. But
there's a big resistance line of a $60.
Yeah.
And $60 would be about 45, and we're close to $60, and it's been edging closer to it this week. And I think it's because it finished higher at near 44. I think next week it's going to start high again and go up.
Yeah. I certainly don't think we'll see it drop next week. I think we'll have a little, like I say, a couple of quid, 45, maybe 47. But could be 50, like you say. But we'll see next week how well we did on that. But we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here. Because before we go into all that kind of thing, I'd like to chat a bit about yourself, BYB, if that's okay.
Sure.
I mean, you've been running what's it now? It's got to be getting on to for 10 years, hasn't it? You've been doing the YouTube channel.
10 years next year.
There you go.
10 years next year is our anniversary. In fact, I've just had delivery just today. No, wait, was it today? What day today? Saturday. I had it yesterday, Friday, of my. So these will be in reverse for people.
Okay.
They're stamps.
They're stamps, yeah.
So we've got our 2026 stamps just being delivered, plus some special 10-year stamps for me to make some special 10-year pieces. So July the 23rd, I think it is, something like that.
Yeah. No, that's.
I'm going to look on Social Blade now because that's the best place to go.
That's exciting. No, in fact,
stats.
That is exciting. But let's go back all the way to 2015. No, 2017. Then it would have been, I'm guessing,
2016, July 2016. Yeah.
There we go. 2016. Of course, we were back in 2016 now, aren't we? Jesus.
I know, crazy.
Yeah. So it's July 2016. What was happening in your world that made you think about doing the YouTube channel? Had you been stacking for a long period at that point of time? Is it something you newly gotten into, or what was happening?
Our first ever purchases of investment silver was in April 2015, around then, and it wasn't because of YouTube or anything like that. I just I'd, along with Mrs. Backyard Bullion, we were making good money. We had no major outgoings in terms of kids, or we had a manageable mortgage and everything, so it was all about disposable income for us, and we were like, we should try and have a bit more of think about our investments. So I was googling what are good investments, and I found an article that said silver was at pretty low lows, and at the time I think spot was £9.50 an ounce.
Yeah.
So I just bought some silver, but then I looked at all these dealers and they had all this VAT on top of it and everything, and I was like, I don't like that idea. And I found some European dealers, Silver to Go, I think it was the first one, and we bought I think it was about 50 ounces of various different designs, and I had them in a coin box in a drawer, and I didn't think of anything more of it. And then I was made a godfather by one of my friends, and I'm not a particularly religious person, so in a traditional sense, godfather was there to help guide spiritually, or godparent is there to help guide the spirituality of their godchild. But I was like, I don't really have that. But what am I into? I love coins, and I've always loved coins. I've got a whole collection of random coins and things like that. So I thought, I'll buy some nice coins from the Royal Mint, and I'll give those to my godson. And then I went down a YouTube rabbit hole of watching some coins, reviews and things like that. And then I stumbled across, of course, as you do from YouTube algorithm, people pouring their own silver. And I was like, hey, do you know, that would be kind of cool, because then it would be personal. I've made this thing and I could give that. So I turned to my wife and was like, I want to melt some silver as a present. She was like, what? It's like, look, I've seen a YouTube video. Guy got a blowtorch and a crucible and pours the silver into a mold, and it looks cool. And then he stamps something on it, and You know, I thought I'd give it a go. It's on YouTube. It's easy. If people are doing it, I can do it. Now, I bought a butane blowtorch off Amazon, which is one of those like creme brulee blowtorches. Completely not even suitable for even melting like even half an ounce of silver. It just doesn't get it hot enough at all. So I was there like sitting for 20 minutes. I said, it's not working. So went off to B&Q and got a bigger blowtorch, and that barely did it. And then I was like, I really want to do this. And I then found that you could buy these tabletop furnaces. Got one of those and kind of got hooked and just started pouring loads of silver. And then bought more. And then at the time, because I've been watching so many YouTube videos, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put a video on YouTube about it. And I did. And the rest is kind of history. People started just watching and being so amazing. The community was just incredible and still is incredible. But they were like super supportive of just some random guy with a shaky camera that's out of focus and crap and looks awful, sounds shite. And people were really interested. And then I was like making videos about the paws and going, some of them are for sale if you want them. And people bought them. And then I was like to my wife, you know, I can make this into a little self-sustaining hobby because I really enjoy doing this. But at the same time, I don't want to go and spend thousands on it. But if I can sell what I make, then it helps pay for it and I can keep doing it. And then it just kept going. And then so at this time in my life, I should probably back up. At this time in my life, I was not working for a company. I was self-employed in my field because I'd had a little bit of basically I just got fed up working in the corporate world that I was in, and it had been really damaging my mental health, really to the point where I had like a breakdown, and I quit my job because I was like, I just can't take it anymore. I just don't want, this is not making me the person I want to be, and I'm not enjoying it. So I went and worked for myself, but I didn't have like a full book of clients at the time. So I had time in my week to devote to this kind of thing. And about 6 months in, so it had been January. In fact, I remember exactly when it was. It was New Year's Eve / New Year's Day, walking in London. We went to see the fireworks at the London Eye. We were walking back at about 1 o'clock in the morning. My wife was saying to me, so what does 2017 look like for you? And I went, actually, I have no idea. I'm quite enjoying what I'm doing. She was like, yeah, because you're not really doing a lot of your other work at the moment, are you? You're pouring a lot of effort into this. I was like, yeah, I think I can make this into a little business. And she went, okay, well then write me a business plan and I'll be your investor. So she made me write a business plan like Dragon's Den and pitch to her. And she, you know, inverted commas, fronted me the money. It was our money, you know, at the end of the day. But she's like, you can risk £10,000 of our money to put into this business and get started, buy the equipment, the material, whatever. And so we did, and I did, and she helped me and she supported me. And the first year was manic, and we started working with the Silver Forum, making some products, and the rest then just kept on growing and growing and growing. And then by 2018, it was just fully blown YouTube. By 2018 as well, I'd had a few videos go viral on YouTube, and YouTube started then catching up and fueling the business. So, and the rest has just kind of gone into a blur now, and we're in the 10th year. So, sorry, that's a bit of a long-winded answer to your story, but
no, brilliant. I was captivated, mate. Honestly captivated, and it sounds like your story parallels my own quite a lot there. Then, you know, obviously just 10 years earlier, but you know, I did the same thing. The corporate world, you know, the jobs which just get into me. I had some issues with my own personal health, which is why I came out of that as well myself, went into working for myself, and then, you know, found, and again, like yourself, always started off as a coin collector, always very into that, and then came into the bullion later down the line through the love of coin collecting. But that's really, really interesting. But
and the community is what kept it like so amazing. And so engaging for me, to engage with those community members, to just get like joy out of it, and to then make that into a inverted commas job. I mean, it's that old adage, isn't it? If you teach a man to fish, he eats for the day. If you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he feeds himself for the rest of his life. And for me, it was, I'm not working here, and I was putting in, you know, 70-hour weeks sometimes, because at this point as well, we were doing things like the European Mint group orders. So we were taking deliveries of £50,000 worth of silver, and bear in mind, this is when silver was at £12 an ounce, so that's like you know, 150 grand worth today in packages. And we you know, we were then drop shipping this out to customers, so doing all of this, turning it around in 24 hours. Sometimes we'd pull all-nighters to get this done because we were like paranoid, you know, on our tiny little house in the middle of a residential area where we lived. We were like, we don't want this in the house more than it has to be, so just do it, film it, turn it around, post office
Get
first thing, like 8 a.m, gone, and then
Yeah.
and we'd pull all-nighters sometimes. So I was doing like 60, 70-hour weeks, getting content done and editing and all of this. And but it didn't feel like work, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it, and I still do.
And I'm very glad to hear that. And obviously, you've gone from strength to strength. I think you're looking at just over 87,000 subscribers now.
Yeah.
Incredible work.
I still love looking back at one of my milestone videos, which was the 100 subscriber milestone video on my channel, where I go, I think I use the phrase, I can't believe there's even 100 of you that would like to sit down and listen to me waffle on or something. Like, it was like 100. I was so impressed by 100, and I am still impressed by 100 because I'm just a guy who talks about shiny things on the internet. But now it's like 87,000, and that YouTube play button, which has been a dream for 8-9 years, is on the horizon. And I'm like, wow, that's like a life goal that I never thought would happen, but is now within reach, and that's crazy.
No,
because I've been a big consumer of YouTube as well for a long time. During my issues, when I had a lot of mental health stuff, I watched a lot of YouTube channels that really helped me through. It's just it sounds really weird, but like following someone else's positivity in life, which can be quite difficult on YouTube because a lot of it is presented as only positive and never the negatives. But when you find a few channels that just present normal life in a good way and do it, one of my favorite YouTubers was Demolition Ranch, or his or his basically vlog channel Off the Ranch, where he showed his family life and his other passions in his life and how passionate he was about everything. And I took so much from that. And it helped me through so many of the dark moments where I was like, this is just like really tough for me, but there are good things in this world that I can try and focus on. So for me to be now, inverted commas, a YouTuber, and to have an influence on other people, it really like warms my soul a little bit. And I think that's so cool. And I'm so fortunate to be there because it's all luck. Like I never designed for this. It's just all luck. So it is like, it's like winning the lottery. It's crazy.
No, I think it's very well deserved, but I understand what you're saying there.
A lot of people say I need to like self-congratulate myself more. There is a lot of hard work, and I will admit that you don't just you don't get to where you are without putting in 70, 80-hour weeks sometimes. But at the same time, there is a lot of luck. Like it just is the fate that was made from all the hard work.
And fair play. Obviously, now we're seeing we've seen an influx, especially over the last couple of years. We've seen quite an influx of UK stacking channels, and there's quite a few of them out there, and more people getting involved, which is fantastic to see. I highly recommend it. But if you could give just 3 pieces of advice, if you had to pick 3 pieces of advice to anyone who's out there looking to start their own stacking channel, what would those be?
Well, the best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time to start is right now. So just go ahead and do it. Your first video, your first 10 videos, your first 100 videos will be crap. It's the same with everyone. You'll learn every single video. You'll learn, and you have to learn, and you'll find your groove. And you'll find, like for me, there's definitely been an evolution in how I talk and how I speak, and the inverted commas character of Backyard Bullion that I play on the channel. And you listen back to some of my first videos, my voice has changed, and my attitude has changed, and my ability just to talk for 10, 15 minutes at a time without ums and ahs and things like that has changed. And that's just something that comes with experience. So first tip is just get started. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to laugh at you. Nobody's going to like knock on your door and go, ha ha ha, your video was crap. That's not how this world works. You do it for you, and you do it because you enjoy it. And if you start and you don't enjoy it, then you don't do it anymore. That's absolutely fine. But if you start it and you get that passion for it, then that's the best way to do it. And keep at it is the second piece of advice. So we're going to 3. Keep at it and learn from every single piece. So analyze what went well. Ask your subscribers, or ask the people that are watching your videos, what do you like? Do you like the way that I do this? Is there something I could do better? And take any criticism that might come your way on board in a positive way. I get comments a lot of the time about my nails. I bite my nails, and I get a lot of people still to this day being like, why do you bite your nails when you have a coins and hands YouTube channel? I'm like, I try not to, but I've bit my nails my whole life, and it is what it is. But, you just try and make small adjustments and things. And then the third piece of advice is be consistent. So when you're starting, it's got a bonus 4th piece of advice. Get yourself a bank of videos first up. So don't just post one video and forget about it and wait a month till the next one. Sit down on a weekend or when you got some time and think about 5, 6, 7, 8 video ideas you want to talk about. It could be 2 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Film them all. just get them all done, and then upload all of them one a day for the first 10 days. And then people will have a backlog of things. So if they find your channel and they like your latest video you've done, immediately they'll go, wow, I want to watch some more of this guy because he's engaging, he's fun, I like what he's got to say. And they'll go and they'll watch a few of the others, which helps the algorithm, pushes more people your way, and you start to gain a bit of traction right early on. So that's the most difficult bit. The first 10 subs, 100 subs, 1,000 subs are the most difficult ones. After those, they start to come more and more easily. But that only comes from consistency. So like I did. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say, because I can imagine, you know, especially in the early days when you'd not even got to 100 subscribers, I bet there was times where you yourself thought, you know what, it got hard for you, and you thought about whether or not you should continue, etc. But it certainly happened to me. And
so, yeah, I don't think I ever thought I wouldn't continue. At the time it was a bit sporadic, and similarly to I think a lot of people, I was like, I'm really enjoying this, so I'm going to try and do a little bit more of it. What can I do? And I YouTubed, YouTube tips, basically. What can I do that's really good? And one of the best YouTube tips was be consistent and have like a weekly theme on a given day. And so that's what I started. I did this thing called In Focus Friday, which I've been doing now for nearly 10 years. And I did a little channel trailer for it. So I was like, coming in a week's time, the first episode of In Focus Friday, where we take a cool look at things made of silver. And then that just gave me this drive, and then that consistency and do you know why it's called In Focus Friday? Because Demolition Ranch had a video series called 50 Cal Friday.
Yes, yeah.
Was so it? He used to shoot.
Was it Demolition?
Things with 50 cals.
Yeah. Was it not Demolition Ranch who had the Bharat 50 cal blow up on him?
Yeah. No, that was Kentucky Ballistics.
Was it? No,
yeah.
I knew it was because they have a bit of a group, don't they? They hang around with Donut Operator and people like that. Yeah. I'm
but
big fan.
He had this consistent idea, and I was like, well, I'm just going to piggyback on that idea and do that. And that was what then got me into this rhythm. And I was like, well, if I'm going to upload on a Friday and I want to try and do 3 videos a week, let's do one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and one on Sunday. That gives a day apart from each video. Yeah. And then job done. So that's how it started. And then I was doing 3 videos a week, still am.
Fantastic, and some fantastic advice right there for anyone who's just starting. And I'm just for little guy here, and obviously, you're the guy we want to be listening to for advice on this kind of thing. But what you've said, it resonates with me as somebody who's done YouTube for a few years now. I absolutely see the value in the tips you've just given to people there, especially just starting. It can be a very difficult mental block to get that first video out, and the truth of the matter is, it's never been easier to do YouTube. I had an old channel before which was nothing to do with this. It never even got to 100 subscribers, even to this day. But back then, you had to kind of go out and buy an expensive camera. You had to go out and buy a DSLR or a Sony Handycam or something like that, which cost quite a bit of money. But nowadays, pretty much everybody has got a camera that is more than good enough for you to in the phone. Totally. So you just need a phone these days. Yeah, it's nice to have the extra bits, and Divinity, no, it's my old microphone. Divinity asked if I had a new microphone, but it's nice to get the bits, as you go, especially if you see it's a hobby and it's something you enjoy. But just get out there, get your first video, and people will like it. It takes all sorts to make a world, so it might not appeal to everyone.
And you know what? Even if your video only gets 10 views, 100 views, whatever, that's still 10 individual people, 100 individual people that have listened into you. Imagine putting those about people in a room and talking to them. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It is.
You don't need thousands of views to be engaging and to be interesting and make a difference to someone's life as well.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's actually not, it's like counterintuitive. You don't really want a video to go 100. It's nice to get a video that goes 100,000 views, don't get me wrong. But when that happens, suddenly there becomes this almost like monkey on your back. Like, what's going to be the next video to do that gets 100,000 views? And you just never know. And that's why I liken it to winning the lottery. So when you get a video that goes viral, I got one of my videos that's got 1.1 million views. And it's like, well, I literally had no idea that video would do that. I just did it like a normal video every other day, thinking it would get 1,000 views. And suddenly it just takes off. And you're like, okay, right. What do I do next? How do I replicate that? Because it's very cool to have it, but the roller coaster ups and downs are hard to deal with sometimes. You just remember your key audience and just like keep going with it. That's why I keep doing the InFocus Fridays. They'll get 500 views in the first like 24 hours compared with 5,000 views of some of the other topics I'll do. But I still love them, and that's still 500 people who have a passion for coins that want to see it, and that's really important to me.
Yeah, and I think for me personally, and obviously this is my own personal opinion, it's just far more important to have fun doing what you're doing than to chase those high numbers, you know, because 100%. if you're lucky, they'll come. I mean, I've been doing this for very, very close to 3 years now. I've never had a single video go viral in any respect. You know, I've had some videos that I've had a few thousand views, but they've been slow burners. You know, it's taken they'll get 10, 20 views every week kind of thing, and over time they've got up there. But you know, even in 3 years, I've never had a video really take off and do well. It's just something that's never happened. I've seen it happen to other people, and you know, it would be nice to happen, but you don't expect it. You know,
you can't. It's like winning a scratch card. You just don't know which one it's going to be.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, absolutely.
And as I say, it's not the be all and end all at all, because like what you've achieved on your channel, I could never achieve on my channel. And
thank you.
That you doing these live streams and doing them so well and professionally and making the tech work is beyond me, and I can't do it. I just don't have the energy to even think about trying to make it work. And so, like to watch, there's no comparison. Like 87,000 subs, 1,500 subs, doesn't matter. The fact that you can put on these podcasts and you can do these in stack chats, and you've done 109 of them previous to today, is incredible. And plus all of your other streams that you've done as well. Like, it's just mad. So, yeah.
Thank you. That means a lot.
What anyone makes of it for their own back is what is most important.
Yeah, and it is. That's the main thing. I remember when I first started, because I had the old channel, it never even got to 100 subscribers. I had a very conservative, you know, view on what was going to occur when I started this channel, and my lifetime target for the channel was 500 subscribers, because I thought to myself, you know, like you've just said yourself, imagine having a room and you've been able to get 500 people in that room to listen to you. It's truly insane when you think about it. It really is. So even, you know, the I think 1.7 roughly I'm at the moment blows me away. It really does. You were talking about the plaque earlier, and I can't wait to see that on your back wall. But for me, my target was always a lot smaller than that, and unfortunately I will never be able to achieve it now, because I don't know if you probably might have been aware of this because you've been doing the channel long enough, but can you remember pre-COVID YouTube used to have physical spaces, and I think ours was in London. And
you vaguely remember it.
To get into the building you had to have 1,000 subscribers, and that got you into the ground floor. And I made a joke about it. I want the free Coke, because we had fridges with Cokes in. You could just go and help yourself to a can of Coke and get a snack, etc., and chill out with all the creators, etc. And all I wanted was to go down there. I'd drive all the way to London just to get that one free Coke out of that fridge. Then after that, I think if you check that out.
A free neon light from you.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, I think you had to get to 10,000 subscribers, and you got on the next level, and then they actually had some recording studio equipment you could use, etc. But they unfortunately closed them down in COVID, never reopened them. So I feel like I've been robbed of my free YouTube. Send me a free Coke, please, and I'll be happy. So that's all I want in life, just my free can of Coke, which I don't even like Coke. But you
wanted it free. It makes a difference. No, you're not wrong. Like when I saw that I could get a free neon light from YouTube, I was like, yeah, I'm all over that. Let's go. Give me that free neon light. It's brilliant. It's a piece of tap, but you know what? I love it.
But do you know how proud I would be?
I don't even plug it in and turn it on. It's just on my windowsill, because it's just like, it's there. It's cool.
No, I'd be
there for now.
But so cool. To have one of those little red neon lights, I would be so proud if I actually got one from YouTube. So I get what you're saying there. So one of the things you spoke about there, when we talked about what you got into it, and you had this christening coming up, and you decided, I'm going to be different. I'm exactly the same. I watch YouTube and I get these ideas. It's how I got into miniature model making. I was watching people make them on YouTube, and I thought, I'll give that a go. They make it look easy. And then you find out how not easy it really is. But you've done some fantastically amazing posts. You really have. I've seen some wonderful work out there. Likewise with the YouTube, if you could think of 3 tips that if anyone was out there thinking, I'd like to get into pouring, it's something I've always fancied, what would be your 3 tips on that one?
Well, it's not that difficult in that you just need to melt the silver and safely pour it into an open cast mold. So again, it's like experience that will lead you to those best results. The first pour, the first 10 pours, 100 pours will be not very good, and then you'll get in your groove and you'll work it out and you'll be able to do it. But I think I'm just going to be a boring old sod and say safety, like health and safety. Okay. Make sure that you're safe for doing it, because it's 1,000-degree molten metal, and that's really quite bad if you spill it, like I have done once in my kitchen, and a small fire then broke out. So don't do that. Very important. Like, here's some of my very first ever pieces of silver I poured.
Oh wow!
But they're shit, but they've got sentimental value to me.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, of course, yeah. I remember some of the first models I make, and I look back on now and think, well, they are pretty tighty, but I was so proud of it when I did it.
I know, and this one's still my channel icon, channel logo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
So, my advice is just you've got to trial and error, but you've got to recognize and respect the silver that it is very dangerous if you don't do it right. So make sure you got the right equipment, the right safety equipment, the right environment. So I did it on my kitchen hob, although I did do it in the back garden for the first 4 or 5 times, which is why it's called backyard bullion. And in fact, the reason we call it backyard rather than back garden is because my wife's like, oh, well, all the people that would watch it, they're American. They don't know what a back garden is. So why don't you call it backyard? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that sounds a good idea. So,
and it rolls well, backyard bullion.
It does. It rolls better than back garden bullion.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But if it's a bit of a channel lie, really, because I haven't done any pouring in the backyard, so to speak, for the first, other than the first 4 times. So, but it is what it is. The last piece of advice is, if you are going to get into pouring the silver, one of the most important things is the pride that I take in my work. And if you're going to do it to sell it, then you've got to think about what you would want maybe from a customer perspective and what you think is acceptable from a customer perspective. So I would never ask a premium to retail a star that looks like this with a big pit in the middle, and it's poorly stamped and it looks all grimy and horrible. But if you've taken 5 years to perfect your art and you can pour a beautiful rippled silver bar like this, and you can stamp it effectively without jumping the stamp and making horrible looking stamps on it, then price your items fairly, take pride in the work, and respect that these things are not easy to do. So while I say it's easy to pour silver into a mold, the difficult part is trying to find your groove in how to get things that look the way perhaps I make them look, or perhaps the way that other pourers will do, and the unique pieces that they all make, and the brands that they come up with, and as I say, it's not difficult to just pour silver in a mold. So what sets you apart from other people if you're going to do it as a business, if you're going to do it as a hobby, like I did, that takes off into a business? So
yeah. No, that's fair enough. And I'd done a bit of pouring when I was at school. When I was at last couple of years at school, never silver, but I think it was aluminium or something we were pouring by them. So I get what you're saying there. It's one of those things, and I don't want to sound arrogant here, but it's one of those things where it's maybe easy to do, difficult to master kind of thing. And anyone can pour. Yeah, it's about getting it right. As a non-pourer, if I could think of one question, that if I was given one chance to ask you one question about pouring, I think that would be, where's the best places to get the stuff to pour? Do you get silver shot? Do you look for cheap bullion? What do you do for this?
It's just cheap bullion. It used to be silver shot from Europe before the VAT window closed.
Right, yeah.
And my supplier was the European Mint for, nearly 6 years. And when the VAT window was closing, we just poured enough to get 2.5 years supply. That's all that we could scrape together. And I was like, it's a big commitment. But, the beauty of a business like mine is that there is literally a silver lining. Yeah. So if you're in another business where you make plastic toys or whatever, and you buy a bunch of plastic that you need to go and form, that plastic is valueless essentially. You'll get pennies back for what you spend. Whereas with silver, at least you've got a silver lining there. If I had an accident, died, or hit by a bus, and this is backyard bullion, just take it into London and sell it or whatever. Although I'd like to see her go into London with 120 kilos of silver in her bag. That would have been interesting. But you see my point, that it's a risk. It's not risk free, but it's risk averse.
Yes.
But now it's very much sourced from secondary market, sourced from places like the Silver Forum. That's pretty much where we are. And of course, like being on YouTube, I have obviously a presence. People come to me and go, I've got silver that I'm looking to sell. Can you help me? And if I've got a client that comes in and says, can you help me through your buyers club? I always give them two options. I go, well, I can either buy it from you if I've got the budget for it and I need it for melt. And it's like, if it's just melt or bullion rather than like nice premium stuff or Britannias and things like that. I'll just go, this is the price I can offer. It's better than all the dealers are going to give you. It's a fair price. Or we can try and squeeze a little bit more out, but this is where it's going to be. In terms of the buyers club, it's a little bit less flexible. You're going to have like 20 buyers rather than just me. And it's down to individual people and choices. So a lot of that comes from that. And you don't pay spot for it. I wish I could pay spot for my silver, but you don't. There's very few pieces of silver I've ever really paid spot for. So that's it. In fact, the only one piece of silver I've ever paid spot, like big bit of silver I've paid spot for, but I'll just find it. It's in a drawer here somewhere.
Well,
this is going to really annoy some people.
Okay.
It's the chopped up 5 kilo Geiger that I have managed to chop up about 1.5 kilos from, but it is quite hard to chop up, so I'm kind of putting it off, and it's just now sat here waiting for me to give it another go.
It's a bit like the giant Toblerone you get at Christmas that takes you 2 months to clear it out, isn't it? Wow.
But that's an example of how I get my silver at the moment.
Yeah. Bullion can, like you say, very, very difficult. If you're getting bullion anywhere near spot, you're doing well. I've recently started selling myself on whatnot. I do a little bit of bullion here and there, but it's mainly the more older pre-decimal world coin kind of thing. That kind of stuff, you will from time to time come across it at spot. But the bullion stuff, like you say, it's if it's dinged up and
even so right now, even so, there's just zero chance of spot price silver because the premiums are a lot higher. Back, I don't know, maybe a year ago with the Buyers Club, the premiums were just razor thin, and I was saying to people, look, honestly, I can't get you more than like £3 an ounce. My fee's £1 an ounce. You're going to be £2 an ounce over spot. The dealers are paying spot. So is it worth your time? If you want to do it, it's fine. But and I was selling at 3 over spot, and for a long time that was how it was. And now you get people selling silver on eBay for £60 an ounce, £70 an ounce. You get bullion dealers selling it. And part of that's the VAT, because the VAT is a percentage rather than a fixed amount. And 20% on £10 is £2, but 20% on 40 plus dealer premium is 14 quid, and that brings it up to 65, 70 quid. So, there's a huge shift there. So it's almost impossible to source it at spot now, which is one of the reasons why, like my poured silver premiums are where they are, because you still got to make a living. If anything, my poured silver business is now massively less profitable percentage wise than it ever was, because I basically have always added between 10 and 15 pounds an ounce on top of what I pour, depending on its size and what finish it's got. And then that takes into account all of my overheads, all my costs, all of my assay charges, and all of these other things that I have going on. And then that gives you a margin at the end. And if I'm making £10 profit on silver that cost me £20 an ounce, that's a nice margin. But if I'm making £10 profit on silver that cost me £50 an ounce, that's a lot less of a margin. And and you have to sell more volume to get it, and it's not quite so good. So see where things go.
Sorry, buddy. I've got people saying that they think your mic might have died. You're coming through absolutely fine to me. Can everyone hear back your bullion? Okay, it looks absolutely fine on my system. Saying that there's a bit of an echo there.
How about now? Is that any better for everyone?
Have you just moved away from the mic a little bit?
No,
everyone else can. No, everyone else can hear you. And you sound fine to me. So, got a lot.
Cool.
Right. So I think it's just because you're moving about. I think when you went to get that piece of silver, I think it's sort of and just
realigned with the room.
Yeah, and also, guys, just remember that we are essentially on a call right now, a voice and video call. So it's not going to be absolutely perfect quality, but I think it's more than good enough, at least anyway. But yeah, no, some fantastic advice with the pouring there. It's something I do intend to get around to doing as soon as I get on top of my house. When I've got the renovations a bit further down the line, I would have a lot of fun.
Sure, man.
Yeah, because similar to you, I just really like the idea of making something myself and, putting my name to it and seeing how it can. And likewise, the first ones will probably look rubbish to everyone else, but because I've done it myself, I'll be like, wow, that's amazing. Absolutely.
I'm so proud of this. I love this piece. It's the first one that came out where I was like, oh, it's not horrible. So yeah, I love it. I'm going to keep it.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. So another fantastic thing about having you on the channel, because like you say, you've been doing this for 10 years now, which is a solid decade, is a really good, you mentioned about me doing the 110 stack chats, but keep going, as regularly as you do for 10 years, that is a huge achievement. So first of all, well done to you for that one. And, please do keep it up. But in those 10 years, what, if any, are the differences you've seen in the community, like buying patterns and things that people see as? Have you seen things that ebb and flow, like things people orient more towards this kind of thing, and then you see it go more to another? What are the major differences you've seen over that time?
Well, the community has evolved, and I'm just seeing a few other people in the chat talking about my microphone, and I think I know what it is, because I think that the microphone on the webcam has been picked up, not my actual nice microphone. So I'm just going to swap it and we'll see if that makes a difference. Yeah,
I think it probably is the mic on the webcam, from what I can hear. It's better when he comes to show something. Yeah, I think it's because you're moving around. So we'll just give 𝗵𝗷𝗵𝗍 a moment just to sort his microphone out, and then hopefully it will come through a little bit clearer. Here we go. 5 more likes. Yeah, 𝗵𝗷𝗵𝗍, I've got some terrible news for you, my friend. I do a thing every Saturday that if we get to 50 likes in the live stream, I sing to everybody about how good they are. So we're like 5 likes away, guys. If you want to hear me have to sing in front of 𝗵𝗷𝗵𝗍, which will embarrass the hell out of me, I can promise you that. You know what to do, guys. Lick the like button, as I like to say. Lick the like button, or click the like, as most people say. Which we'll see.
Right.
Here we go.
Hear me now.
Yes.
Is that better?
It is. Yeah, it does sound a bit better. Love it, BB-8. I absolutely love it.
Bloody, see, I'm awful at live stream. There's a live stream gremlin that lives in my head and my life. It's just always here whenever we have a live stream.
Me too. Me too. If we get through this without a single technical hitch, this will be a one-off, mate. So
fantastic. Okay, we're in. Now, you asked me a question.
Yes.
What's changed?
Yes.
What's changed in buying habits? You think you said, is it? Or
well, in everything, in the silver community, the precious metals community, in buying habits, in things, what kind of things people are buying, how they're looking at silver as a collectible or an investment. Have you seen any significant changes over that period of time?
Well, I've definitely seen a change in the collectibles market. So when I got started, my In Focus Friday videos would be about bullion items, which were kind of a bit different, a bit cool, like pirate themed bullion, stuff like that. But now the premium coin market has just 10x, 12x, I don't even know, 20x. It's massive. All the kind of coins that I review now just didn't really exist, 6-7 years ago before COVID. And there is this huge demand for them. Things like Germany Mint, they didn't even exist before 2019, and now they're the premier mint in the world for premium products. And there are loads of other examples of different mints coming up with incredible things every day, and that's changed a lot. And I think that's a good thing, because there is enough market for people to get investment silver, but also to enjoy silver. There's only so many Britannias and Maples and Eagles you can buy, or bars, and then you suddenly get these new cool things which give you joy and give you a passion for what you're doing and enjoying it. And that's, I think, really important. So I've definitely seen that change, and I've seen the appetite for people to get these things change, because before it was oh, why should I pay £60 for this piece when I could buy a Britannia for £25? And it's well, because it's something different and special and unique and cool. And now people get that and they understand that, and they're getting used to that market more. So that's definitely changed. So That's probably the biggest shift I've seen change.
Okay, BYB, I
Yes.
apologise for what is about to come. I do apologise about this. I owe it to the people out there. It's I do say if they do 50 likes every week, I commit myself to this. So I have got to tell each and every single person in the live chat tonight with us that you are the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. I apologise about that, but thank you very much for bearing with me.
It's
There
okay.
you go, guys.
It's fine.
There you go. We've got to 50 likes. Thank you so very much. No, and going back to what you're saying there.
What on earth do you do for 100 likes? Because I want to see it happen.
I sing 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗃 by Aqua.
Right, well, we need 100 likes then, don't we?
Please don't. Please don't.
Everyone needs to hit that like button right now. Come on.
Oh no, so embarrassed right now, guys. So embarrassed. It's like, do you know when you're like,
I haven't hit the like button yet. I've hit the like button now. Let's go.
Oh, there we go. One closer. We're one closer. It's like I'm messing about with mates, and then all of a sudden someone important's just come in. I'm like, oh, not me, sir. No, but going back on one thing you've just said right there, and it's something I've kind of picked up on myself. I've kind of realised to myself in this last year. Bullion really is becoming the new collector's game, isn't it? With all these, like you say, fantastic designs and pieces that we've seen from all these different mints. And a lot of them aren't that premium when you first get them out. Things like the 𝗀𝗶𝗃𝗲𝗄.
Yeah.
They're not ridiculous. Yeah, there's a bit of a premium on them, but they're not ridiculously high premiums.
No.
It's a couple of quid higher than a standard Bullion. But some of those, especially the older ones, you can be looking at well over £100 per ounce now on them. They can do really well. And I think we've seen, and it's a good thing, guys, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic thing because we've seen all these different designs, all these different concepts that are now coming out. And you've got some fantastic mints out there that are leading the way in this, and we really are innovators with this kind of thing. You look at stuff like the germanium mint and a couple other mints are doing with the UV light things, especially the one they did with the World Money Fair this year, where you had to shine
the germanium with the UV, and
you got the full colour coin from the UV. Absolutely insane. I truly love that. Unfortunately, one mint that I do say I feel is maybe lacking a bit with innovation and maybe is sitting on its laurels a little bit is our very own the Royal Mint, and you've done you've done some fantastic series with the Royal Mint, looking at things like their older coins. One thing I would say is don't look at the Royal Mint website if you're looking for anything pre-decimal. Look somewhere else, please do. But you've done some great work highlighting that. You've also done some great work with the Royal Mint highlighting, when they've done positive things and the good stuff they're looking to do. But the reason I bring them up is because one thing we like to do every single week is have a quick look at any new released commemorative or bullion pieces from the Royal Mint in the last week. So we're gonna, if you don't mind, we're gonna have a quick look over to the Royal Mint right now. And the only one I've really got to show for you guys on bullion, they've got tubes of the 2020 Valiant if you're interested in that. But the only real new coin is this one right here, which is the Life of Queen Victoria Sovereign. It's going to be stuck. This is an artist rendition. How you can see here, it's a representation of what the final product will look like. So that's not a photograph itself. I assume that's AI or something like that. But we can see it's going to be struck on the 27th of January. Now, that date is important because that is the day that Queen Victoria passed. She passed on the 22nd of January, 1901, I do believe it was.
Yeah.
So it's 125th anniversary. You can see it right here. Now, as you can see, guys, we've got a value on it of 1,300. Now, the only thing this has got to do with Queen Victoria is we've got her cipher right there. That is literally it. Other than that, it's a fairly standard-looking sovereign. I know this year they've reintroduced kind of the original garter around the edge. But what are your thoughts on that, and especially at the price of 1,300?
So I'm going to conversely, what's the word? No, controversially say something relatively positive about a Royal Mint product. So this is obviously expensive. We're not going to gloss over that. £1,300 for a sovereign is not cheap, but It's the first strike on the day yellow gold sovereign. And so that is the only thing that makes it worth considering as a collectible item.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, and it has got a very small mintage, 600. Oh, and you put that into perspective of the recent release of the proof sovereigns, which are incredible, by the way. Don't like the bullion because the security features make them look a bit naff. But the proof versions took delivery of them the other day in Chards in London. Stunning. Right, and the yellow gold is stunning compared with the old rose gold.
Yeah.
I had a package that I was dropping off at NGC for grading, some of my old pink sovereigns and some of the new yellow ones. And straight off the bat, I'm like, these are good. These are really good.
Yeah.
And so if there is a collector out there, which there will be a lot of sovereigns looking to get in like a few years' time, all the run of the first yellow golds, this is going to be one of the yellow golds.
Yeah.
And so it might well be in demand. Now, is it going to be a coin that doubles in value? Probably not. Is it going to be a coin that holds value?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And so from my perspective, I always look at these kind of things, proofs and high premium coins, of like a rule of 3, I say. So what's the mintage like? It's tiny. It's good. 600 is a very small mintage, certainly compared with the 3,000 that there are for the, I think it's actually 4,500 for the 1 ounce, sorry, for the one single sovereign in proof. So a tiny mintage. Is it interesting? Yes, strike on the day sovereigns are always interesting. And the last one, is there going to be a buzz about it? And I think because it's the first yellow gold and it's the first strike on the day, I think there will be a little bit of demand. So I think even though this is still available to order, I think it's a sleeper coin. I do think there is potential for it. Doesn't mean that I think it's going to do very well and make a lot of money, but I do think there is potential for it. So
no, I agree. I do agree with you there.
That's why I've ordered one.
Have you? Okay, so fair enough. And I won't criticize. No, I won't criticize you for that, because for me, it's out of my, it's a bit out of my price range, £1,300. I think bit too rich for my blood. But I agree with everything you said right there. I don't, I think it will at least hold its value. I think it's going to be sought after. I think, the people who it's like you say, a low mintage. I think there are people out there, the more numismatic collectors amongst us, will want one of those. I think it's a bit, for me, it's a bit like the silver sovereign. I can understand people getting the first year it came out. I wouldn't get this year's, and I wouldn't continue to get them every year, because I think they're very expensive for what they are. But I agree. Going back to the yellow gold, I'm so happy that's happened. I really disliked it when they went to the coppery looking rose gold, and I just, I've said it many times, I want my gold to look gold. It's it's a bit
100%.
Yeah. So,
and I think it's worth mentioning to a lot of people as well that I bought some proof coins, some proof gold coins, quarter ounce golds, back in like 2016, 17 for like £450 a sovereign, or a quarter ounce, sorry. And at the time, that was over double what spot price was. Yeah. And so for me, I was like, at the time, I was like, I'm never going to make money on this. But look at it now. I've already doubled my money just on spot price in that 10-year time because of that. Now, you could argue you should have just bought more bullion, because then you'd have quadrupled your money. But, it is what it is. There's always, like I said, a silver lining. And in 10 years' time, £1,300 sovereign is going to be your everyday price for a sovereign. So I think in the long run, you're probably never going to lose money on this unless you just take it to a bullion dealer a month after you bought it. Yeah, they'll give you spot for it.
Yeah, I think like you say, I think it's one you want to hold on for a little while. I absolutely agree with that. We'll come back into the studio quickly, because as I say, guys, that is the only new release really to look at. We looked at the Lohkey bar last week, etc. What's your thoughts on that little series with the Lohkey bars, especially the antiqued versions?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of the 1 ounce versions hopefully coming to me, the antique versions next week. I hadn't been able to get any of the other antiqued ones when they came out. Of course, they are part of the massive flipping market right now. They're going for good money, and they will go for good money. So is it a little bit mercenary to buy them? Sure. Some people will criticize me and other people for it, and then they got flipping it. But, that's life, that's business.
Hey, we're all out to make money, aren't we? You know what I mean? As long as you're selling it for a fair price.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and flip it for £1,000 a bar or something stupid like that. You do it. What I actually end up doing most of the time for a lot of the flipping stuff is I start pushing the market a little bit by actually just putting one up on eBay auction. So I just like go and put one up on an eBay auction, and it gets what it gets. And a lot of the time, then that moves the needle on some of these items. And I think that's quite fun to watch, because obviously there's quite a lot of people who will be in there going, why is someone auctioning it? Because we want to get like £800 for these bars, but then it goes for like £300, and people are like, oh, okay, well, that's now sealed on eBay's history, and people know what an auction goes for, so it brings the premium down. So in many ways, I'm almost like the unsung Robin Hood, but I mean, I'm also making a profit on some of these things, so it's one of those things. But no, I mean, like, listen, it's premium stuff that can be made into more premium by flipping. It's part of the coin world, always has been. The Royal Mint has had a few major big hitters in the past. They've had a lot less of late, but every now and again, even the Royal Mint, as much as I criticize them, they'll do something right, and they'll get it right, and people will like it. And these bars are an example of that. So I don't have anything bad to say about them, if I'm being honest.
No.
Other than that they don't give the Germania Mint as much credit as they should.
Well,
their collaboration.
I'll be honest, and they don't. It's Germania Mint has done the one that most people will have. I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment, so and it's Viking related, and people might know I might be a little bit into my Viking history, so I went the extra here. I'm just going to take BYB off screen just for a moment, because I had to get the Royal Mint version myself.
Yeah, nice.
That's
sure.
Right there. And I'm looking forward to getting that put away into the box with the 𝗀𝗂𝗃. It'll be interesting. What do you think the chances are of us seeing more Viking gods in the future?
I think it was billed as a 3-bar series. Yeah. So I don't know if we'll see those, but I can see, because of the success of it, I can see another thing coming, and we might get the Viking goddesses.
Yeah,
I think we might get that come. I think we'll get 3 goddesses to companion them. I think that would be cool.
I think
we'll be on board with people.
We might start looking at somewhat of a kind of myths and legends kind of thing coming up, where yes, that was a 3-bar series, but then we move on to series 2, which has got, like you say, some of the female goddesses in, and they do them in batches of 3, etc. But
I have no problem with that.
Well done to anybody who got themselves the antique version of a bar. That since Odin, all 3 of those have done exceedingly well, because they've been such low mintage, and they've been really sought after. But no, I agree. A lot of you wouldn't necessarily know it was Germania Mint who did the packaging on the other ones, would you? If you didn't know.
The other ones that Germania Mint has and dispatches and distributes globally have the Germania Mint packaging, but the ones you get direct from the Royal Mint, they don't mention Germania Mint at all, which I think is a bit of an annoying partnership, because they're very much in that partnership. But hey, it is what it is. So.
Yeah, and they do.
And having talked with not just the Germania Mint, but lots of other mints around the world that I speak to, you always get this knowing roll of the eyes when the subject of the Royal Mint comes up. They are notoriously bureaucratic, and it's just one of those things. Like, if you're trying to deal with an organization that's been around for 1100 years, perhaps there is a little bit of red tape that is hard to overcome, and attitudes that are hard to overcome. So, and we do what we can to try and push them into making changes that are good for not just the Royal Mint but the community. But it's often falling on deaf ears. So slowly, catchy monkey, we'll get there with Mint. But
I think we've seen we over time we've seen a few improvements. I've said this a little bit recently, put myself out a little bit, and I think the Royal Mint have really turned a corner when it comes to milk spotting.
You reckon?
I've not personally seen half. About 2023, I was getting coins that were nearly half milk spotted. The coronation crowned ciphers, etc. So they were coming with pretty much most of the coin was milk spotted, and I haven't seen them. They've not been as bad recently, or I might have just been lucky. So
fair enough.
You don't know. You know what I mean. But personally, I
know. I'll wait to be impressed in like a year or 2 years' time, when I start getting people coming through the Buyers Club selling Britannias from these years, and I can get to see them a bit more. So I'll reserve judgment on that. But what I will share with everyone is that when I went behind the scenes at the Royal Mint as me, the individual investor, rather than Backyard Bullion, because it was at the time when I literally was unboxing every Royal Mint purchase I made on camera, because 9 out of 10 were absolutely crap and had to go back for quality. And I was like, well, if I don't film these, people are just going to think I'm making it up. So I did this, and I engaged with the Mint, and they were like, look, come to our facility, see behind the scenes, we'll reassure you all of this. And I got a behind the scenes tour, and I asked them about milk spotting, and the guy said, because I said, Royal Canadian Mint have sorted the problem. They've got this mint shield. And he went, oh, mint shield, it doesn't work. Mint shield's a marketing gimmick. And I went, but they don't have milk spots on their coins anymore. So
and they used to. They really used to.
And they used to.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was like, oh, no, but it doesn't actually work in the long run. They'll still get milk spots. And I'm like, okay, but if they don't have milk spots for 10, 15, 20 years until mint shield runs out, that's still 10, 15, 20 years of coins that don't have milk spots on them. Yeah. And he was like, it's just a marketing gimmick. And like, we don't, he's like, we look at all of our customer feedback data and we've got less than 1% of people who tell us that they've got problems with the coins. I'm like, that's because people don't bother telling you. Yeah. Like, the actual number is a lot higher. People just don't bother telling you. Yeah,
because people have come to know that there's not much point telling you.
Yeah, and they can't do anything about it. Yeah. And still to this day, I get emails from people who go, I've received my my bullion from XYZ bulliondealer.com, and it's all scratched or it's milky, and I've gone back to them and said, can I change it, refund it, whatever? And they're like, no, it's just bullion quality. That is what it is. And they asked me, they're like, well, what can I do? Can I like take the bullion dealer on this? And I'm like, no, it's the Royal Mint's problem. It's the Royal Mint's fault. And I have absolutely no sympathy for the, unfortunately for you, like it's just what it is. And the bullion dealers are just the messenger that has the coins in batch, and that's it, unfortunately. And they can't, because literally 1,000 coins out of 2,000 coins would be really bad. So hopefully the Mint will sort out those problems long term a little bit more. Fingers crossed. For sure. And I agree with everything you've said right there. Yeah, you can say it's just a gimmick, but it's done the job. Something's happened there. It's done the job, and also it's worked from a marketing perspective because people now, I love the maples, like the modern maples. They just got this beautiful gleam and shine to them. They're just amazing. And now no longer are Canadian maples the laughing stock of the bullion world because that mantle has been taken over by the Royal Mint. Yeah, for sure, it has, absolutely. When it comes to, and just so everyone knows, I know we haven't had a lot of time to look at the chat as we've been talking. As per usual, guys, we'll go to a Q&A with the live chat in a little while's time. So don't worry about that. Do save your questions up. We'll be more than interesting to those very, very, very shortly. We'll wait and see and hope on that one, and we'll see what happens. And I'll be the first to sing the praises for the Royal Mint off the rooftop when they actually have some meaningful change. And I've said this all along with all of my stuff that I've done that's negative. And I honestly don't like making negative content about the Mint, but when things come up that I can't hold my tongue about anymore, I have to say things. I feel like it was almost like a bit of a responsibility to say things now that I have the platform that I have as well. But at the same time, if they change something and do something good, then I'll sing their praises from the rooftops, because I am very proud of the Royal Mint and the history and the place that it holds within the world of coins. And to this day, there are still coins that come out that are amazing from the Mint, like the modern offerings. So we'll just have to see. And there have been a few designs recently where I've myself said, I think that's all right. I think we're trying, we're starting to try different things. We're starting to go away from the usual, far from the mad and crowd, as it were. And I think we are starting to. And I'm like you. Up until a few years ago, had nothing but good things to say about the Royal Mint. I think historically they've been a fantastic mint. They've produced some fantastic pieces. They really have. And I would love to be saying that I think the Royal Mint one of the best mints in the world. I would truly love to be able to say that. Speaking of that, though, what if you could pick one mint and as your little tip, you're going to see good things coming from this mint. Which mint would that be, if it could be any of them? At the moment, it's going to be the Germanium Mint. They're still producing. And this is a mint that's 6 years old, 2019, 2018, I think. So 7 years old. This is a mint that's so young, but has achieved so much. And they're winning Coins of the Year awards. Like their Maltese B last year won Coin of the Year, and this coin retailed for like 300 quid is now selling at auction for £2,000. It's crazy. So they have, and having met them in Poland, they have the passion, the drive, the ability, and the technology to keep pushing boundaries and keep doing things which will put them on the map. And they're not restricted by the bureaucracy of something like, the Royal Mint. So I think they're the one to watch. If we're talking about a government national mint, Perth Mint's always my favorite. They come up with some incredible things all the time. If we're talking government, it's going to have to be just Perth. And if we're talking just any mint in the world, Germania Mint are going places, and they're not slowing down either.
No, they're not. You've just pulled off two of my three favourite mints there. If you throw Scottsdale into the mix, I'm happy. Especially with Germania for all the reasons you've said, and also Germania seem to be fans of Vikings, just like myself. You know, they take their Germanic history very seriously, don't they? You can tell that.
And boobs.
Yeah, for sure.
So a friend of mine, whenever I review one of these products and he's like, "Oh, that's going to do well," I'm like, "Oh, do you like the design?" He's like, "No, it's got boobs on it."
Got boobs, yeah.
But you know, some themes work better than others, and these, you know, that's scantily clad Viking ladies seem to do quite well on some of these coins. So, I mean, it might sound a bit crass, but ultimately, it's about what appeals to mass market, and this has put them on the map. And they're not just selling boobs; they're selling really high quality products.
They are. No, they are.
It's really good. So.
Yeah, to paraphrase the film Role Models, we know what we like, and we like boobies.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I apologize.
Sure.
But no, you're right. I mean, just the standard of their designs, the standard of their, you know, the quality of the pieces of their production, and just the people behind it. Now, I'm lucky enough to have personally met Simon, same as yourself, Simon 𝗺ći𝗺𝗃, the CEO of Germania, and he's just such a nice chap, isn't he? He really is. Yeah. So easy to get on with,
and he's got a passion and pedigree within this industry that dates back 25 years. People don't understand that he's worked tirelessly to build what he's built, and it's showing. It's incredible.
And fair play. And I hope you know many successes to come. And I know they will have that, because the level of effort they're putting into what they're producing, you know, it's absolutely fantastic stuff. I got the Milner coin recently. I could only get the the more standard version of it, but that colorized version was incredible looking. It really was. So
it's crazy.
Well done to them. So I'd hate to do this. It's a much more difficult question than the last one. Are there any mints out there that you try and avoid? You're not particularly fussed about, you know, you don't see much good stuff coming from there, or
any mints that I'm not really fussed about. I've never really been fussed about the US mint, and that sounds a bit strange, because there are so many like huge winners that have come out on a flipping premium market, like really big winners, but it's always been a little bit difficult for us in the UK to get hold of those kind of coins, certainly on issue. So I've just never really even looked at them and bothered, and they just passed me by. And some of the peers in the the YouTube community in America, like Empire Precious Metals and others, they will share these like we do here for some of the Royal Mint winners and stuff. And like I'm always like, it's just glossed over me. And they, I'll catch up with Stormy sometimes, and we'll have a phone call and just shoot the breeze. And he'll be like, "Did you see the Mercury Dime gold proof and all of this?" And I'm like, "No, mate. It was did it do well?" He's like, "Yeah, it's amazing. I've doubled my money on it and all of this, and it's like so in demand and people love it and it's really high quality and all this." I'm just like, "Oh, it's passed me over." So maybe a bit of a shame, really, but it's just not ever really come across our radar. And I suppose being a UK channel, I've always focused on the Royal Mint rather than US Mint.
And I think you're right there, and fair point for the reasons you've given. It's nothing against the US Mint. We just, other than walking, Silver Eagles, we don't really see anything, do we? You know what I mean? It's no. Yeah, so I think something along these lines came up last week, because I was lucky enough to have an American with me last week, and we were talking about the US Mint a little bit, and it is a shame, because you're right, they do some fantastic commemorative pieces. We just unfortunately rarely see them over here in our market. So I agree with that. There,
there's recently been quite a lot of sort of US-based collaboration bullion with the Royal Mint, and a lot of people were a bit confused about that, like going, "Oh, is that a collaboration with the US Mint?" And it's not. It's actually it was the legacy of a $100 million deal that the Royal Mint did with a US coin supplier called Rare Coins of America, and I've had a number of whistleblowers, let's put it, from the Royal Mint over the last few years anonymously email me with really interesting things. And that relationship soured quite a bit from a quality control perspective. So it sort of ended. But as a consequence, there are all of these legacy projects which are always there for the US market, which is why we're seeing a lot of these things come out, like the Britannia Liberty bars and various other little things. So stuff that was obviously too far down the line for the Royal Mint to really pull out of. But that deal was announced on the Royal Mint's website news section as having run its course now and stopped. And yes, so that's where we're seeing that. But yeah, I think the US stuff does amazing. I've always been a fan of US coinage. Like some of the first silvers that I ever had and collected were Walking Liberty $half. In fact, that was my first ever silver coin that I got. Not that I knew it was silver at the time, but when I was like 7 or 8 years old, my grandfather gave me a box of old world coins from his travels all around the world, and one of them was a Walking Liberty silver dollar, and it always stood out. Maybe that was serendipitous because it always stood out in that box, and I loved it, and would always look for it when I hunted through the box and stuff. So
no, I get that. I've always liked US money, US currency. I have a collection of different, I've got Barbers, Seated Liberties, Morgans, Peace Dollars, Walkers. I like to have at least one of each, you know what I mean? I don't do necessarily date ones of them, but as long as I've got one decent Walker, one decent Morgan dollar, that kind of thing. So there is fantastic.
Here, just remembered, these are my desk pocket pieces, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're just US Eagles, but they're just 5 old US Eagles that are all like toned up and lovely, and they're just my fidget pieces on my desk. I'll just sit here and I'll do like the poker chip thing where I'm put pressure on me to do it on camera now, but where you I can't do it on camera now.
Where you flip it over.
2 outside. Can't do it now.
It's because you're on camera, mate.
You do that, you turn it around, put it in, or you do the thing where you flip it over your fingers,
on the fingers,
like the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I can almost do that.
They're just my fidget pieces at my desk. So I love US stuff. It's great.
Yeah, no, it is good, but I get the reason you get. We generally don't see a lot of it over here, unfortunately. What's your out of interest? What's your favourite sovereign bullion piece? So your American Sea Eagle, your Maple, Noah's Arks, all that kind of thing. Which do you think has pips for post that a little bit?
Well, it's got to be the Perth Mints, and it's got to be either the Kookaburras or the Koalas. But I think the Kookaburras.
I don't actually allow those. I don't.
No. Okay.
If you want Australian, it's got to be the kangaroo.
Oh, you see, the kangaroo's just a boring.
Yeah,
it's just the same kangaroo every year. That's the problem.
Well, everyone would say Perth Mint. everyone would say Perth Mint Kookaburras, wouldn't they?
Well, they are the best. Okay.
They are.
So if we're talking the same design every year, kind of series, is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
If we're talking the same design every year, I think maples are just so nice right now. They're just so slick and shiny and beautiful. That give me a stack of maples any day, and I'd love them. From a financial perspective, you can't not say Britannias because of their CGT status, but there's only so many Britannias that you can stack. So I think maples are like the coolest thing.
One per year for me on the Britannias.
Yeah.
Just one per year. I'm good
date run.
Yeah. For when it's CGT free silver, I prefer to go for Victorian crowns because you got the fantastic coin. You've got that history, and they are legal tender for 25p, so they are CGT free. So that's a good option. Double florins as well, Victorian crowns and double florins. You don't have to pay no CGT on them, guys. But no, good call.
The hilarious thing though is if you buy CGT proof coins, like proof Britannias and all of this stuff, if you make a loss on it, you can't even claim the loss because it's CGT free. So people always forget that. Like if you buy a proof coin and you make a loss on it, but it's a CGT free coin, you can't claim the loss on your tax form.
You can't write it off now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
very annoying.
Swings and roundabouts, but CGT, it's a bit. It's something I've never worried about too much myself. I know some people do.
It depends what you want to achieve with. It depends what you want to achieve with your metals. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but having recently gone through an HMRC audit where I was visited by HMRC, and don't want to fearmonger that everyone will get visited. I got visited because I'm a business, and that's different to just being a tax, individual tax, doing their own tax affairs. But they will know everything in time, and there is no hiding from it now. In the digital world, even if you're just putting YouTube comments on videos, they will find that. The algorithm will find that within HMRC's platform. So if you are buying lots of silver with the plan to one day just walk into a bullion dealer or sell it all to a bullion dealer and get, 50 grand's worth come into your bank account, that will get reported. That will be found out. So if you are not conscious of that, you might find yourself having to pay a fairly hefty tax bill. But if you've got all CGT free stuff, you don't even have to declare it. You might have to keep records such that if they question you and you go, you just have £50,000 coming to your bank account, could you please tell us how that's happened? And you go, I bought a bunch of Britannias and I sold them, so job done. So there is I think if you've got that in mind to just go and liquidate one day when you've had enough, great. Pay attention to it. But if you're not, and you're just stacking for 10, 15, 20 years and you want to use it as a pension, then every year sell as much as you need to get to your threshold, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Or mix and match. If you've got a bit of CGT and a bit of non-CGT, sell enough that the non-CGT stuff ends up being the right amount, and then you're fine. You know, and sell that stuff down first, and then you're all good.
And also, there's the other thing to look at it. Like you brought up 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗧 there, which is a great example, because, like we said earlier, they're not a huge amount more than any bullion coin to buy when they first come out. But the thing is, things like that are a long series that people are still very into to this day. The amount of additional premium you get for it can very much outweigh the CGT, can't it? You know, if you're buying Britannias and then you're selling them, you know, you take them to the dealer and you're selling them back based on the spot price, yes, you're going to have earned so much through the spot. But if it's gone 3x, 4x because of the, you know, the popularity,
I mean, if you put it in perspective, if you buy 100 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗧s and hold them for 10 years, and then those 𝗬𝗂𝗃𝗧s are worth 150, and the Britannia's worth 100, that's 50 times 100 coins. That's £5,000. Additional money that you've then got to like factor in into your CGT element. So it makes a difference, like premium stuff, if that's your game. So do pay attention to it,
because you've earned more even after you take that CGT out, because it's popular. You've still earned more than
you've earned more per coin, basically. So
I mean, that's it started to touch more down collectability and collectibles, and it becomes a lot more blurry and grey when you start getting down to collectibles, as you well know. You know, if you're buying and selling based on the intrinsic value of the silver, it's easy, isn't it? You buy it, wait for it to go up, and sell it. You know, you can. A lot of the times I see people and they'll have something that's worth a lot of money, and they just won't hit the mark with it. You know, it'll peak, and then the value subsides over time, but they're still holding it, thinking it's still worth what it was 5 years ago when they were massively popular. So, you know, that's something you need to take into account.
I mean, I've been very hot on like personal investing and personal finances for a very long time. And the way I think of things is that if you are holding money or an asset or a stock or a share, whatever it is, and it's been unrealized, then nothing has fundamentally changed from the moment that you bought it. You've still got that money locked up in it. And if you were to sell something, like it peaks, like you say, let's give that example, then it drops back 30%, but you're still in profit. If you could sell that thing, invest it in something else that then goes up 30% before the item that you would have held goes back up to 30% higher, you're actually better off. So sometimes it is worth selling something when it's not at the peak, if you've got other designs on the money, or you've got another investment that you want to do, or if you want to diversify.
Absolutely.
So, again, not financial advice, but hitting the peak is almost impossible in any stock or share or asset or anything. Like nobody can time markets perfectly.
Unless you've got some insider trading going off. Absolutely. What you've just described right there is something I call taking a strategic loss. So I know if I cash in this right now, I know I'm going to take a bit of a loss on it, but I've got my eyes on this right now that I think will go up more than what I've lost on this one. So it works out better. It can be very tricky, and it can be very often be like when you're stuck in traffic, all the traffic's going next to you, move.
I'm going to go in that lane because it's moving faster, and then you find, crap, that lorry, I was behind that lorry, and it's just whizzed past you.
It should have stayed. And you can find that happens sometimes, but you know, it can be very beneficial at times. It really, really can be. So one thing we saw this year, one big event we saw this year, is you hitting 75,000 subscribers, wasn't it? What was that like? You know, we touched on the subscriber earlier, but you know, to see because it was a big event, you know. 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗺𝗃 put in a, or was it 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃? Wasn't it?
𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃, put in it was the investor model, wasn't it? It was. So you know, like a £1,500 machine, 12. I can't remember that. They're like 1,600, 1,700, aren't they? So,
but 15.
It was really cool.
What a piece to give away. And I think 𝗬𝗍𝗎 did they?
𝗬𝗍𝗎 Mint gave stuff. Spectres gave stuff. Chards Atkinson's gave stuff. So it was amazing to do and to give away all of these things, and to hit the milestone was a bit surreal. I remember jumping on a few live streams because I was going to go to bed, and I was like 74,970 something or other, and I was like, I want to get the perfect screenshot of this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, because it's nice to have the perfect screenshot of the round number. Because on like when you watch someone's channel, it will just round it. So like you'll look on your channel, my channel right now, it rounds it. But when you're on your studio app, you get it in real time. Like you refresh it, it goes up or down. Yeah. And so I was refreshing it like every few minutes, and I was like, oh shit. And then I remember jumping on your stream or a few other, I think 𝗵𝗁 was on as well, or 𝗀𝗶𝗃 was on. A few other people had jumped on there. 𝗀𝗶𝗃 put something on the Stack Social as well. And we got like a few extras come in. And then we were like 2 away. And I was like, oh God, quickly subscribe. And then it went to 75,001. And I was like, damn it, I've missed the song. And I was like, wait, quickly, I'll unsubscribe on my own personal YouTube account, which I've got subscribed. So quickly unsubscribe, check it again, 75K. Brilliant. Screenshot done.
Done.
So that was pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was super chuffed with that. It's a meaningless thing though, like subscribing. It's meaningless. It's not meaningless, but round numbers are meaningless. But also subscriber numbers are somewhat meaningless because you always get more viewers than you do subscribers that aren't subscribed. So like my channel average is about 70% of the views are from people who are not subscribed. Because some people don't have a YouTube account or they just don't subscribe. They just flit in and out, watch a video here and there. So it's sort of a weird one with the milestones, but it's nice to hit those round numbers. No, I'm a personal fan of the palindrome numbers though. So when you hit the nice palindrome numbers, there was one the other day where it was 8-7. Yeah, it was 8-7-1-7-8 or something, and I was like, "That's so cool! I love that."
Well, we've got a palindrome stack chat next week because we're at 1-1-1.
Yes, 1-1-1. Amazing.
Yeah, so same each way. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. But no, fantastic work to you, mate. And thank you for everything you've done for all of us over these years. You know, who's enjoyed your channel. You know, got so much knowledge through the last 10 years has come from your channel individually, you know what I mean? So on behalf of the community, I just want to say a huge thank you for everything you do, and you know, definitely keep going, and we can't wait to see you get to that 100k mark and see that plaque on your backdrop there. That would be absolutely incredible.
It just feels strange to hear that every time, and I know I shouldn't be like that, but it does feel because I'm just a guy who talks about shiny things, and I still will reference you back to that 100 subs video I did. Where I'm like, wow, 100 subs, amazing. And it's like when I meet people in Berlin, it's a bit weird. People get a bit, not weird in a bad way, but it's weird for me. Like, it's great. I love it. But it's also like, I don't understand. I'm just like a guy. I'm not, but anyway.
No,
I appreciate that. And I appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, I've had it like once, maybe twice, where people have recognised me. I mean, for me, I show my face, so I'm probably more likely to be recognised. Someone would have to hear you talking near them and be like, "Oh, you back your bully? You sound like him." 2
years ago, that happened in the queue for the Perth Mint at the Berlin Money Fair.
There you go.
So I was talking to someone, and the guy behind me was like, "Are you backyard bullying?" I was like, "Yes, I am. Hello."
You caught me. Well done. Fantastic.
So, that is weird.
And you're going to be there again next year, aren't you? At the World Money Fair?
Yeah. Not long now. Don't know how many sleeps it is to the Berlin Money Fair, but I'm personally looking forward to it because it means I get 3 nights in a hotel away from a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old and the craziness of life. So it's a nice little annual breather from life for me. So yeah.
Oh wow. No, fair play, and I'm looking forward to meeting you there again, and anyone else who's going across next year. It's a good. It really is a good crack, isn't it?
It's a great experience. Like there are no other coin fairs in the world that are like that. It's really incredible.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I go to a few different coin fairs. I take the 𝗵𝗁 investment for trustee to both the West Midlands and the Yorkshire one, in, you know, for demoing purposes. If anyone's interested in looking to get them, and if you walk into the Yorkshire Coin Fair and compare that to the Money Fair, it just doesn't compare, does it? You know,
it doesn't compare, does it?
No. Not in any way. I'm hoping to get my World Money Fair 𝗂𝗶𝗃 again this year. That's my plan. I'm going to try and get one of the World Money Fair 𝗂𝗶𝗃s every single year going forwards. It gives me a reason to force myself to go on holiday, because normally I won't go, to be fair. So have you got one there to show? Have you?
Yeah.
There you go. That's was that year before this one? Was that last year's?
Which one was that one?
That's 24, isn't it?
Oh, that's got all the gold backs in the back of it.
Oh, there you go. Look, yeah, that's 2024, I do believe, isn't it?
Yes, probably. I didn't get one the first year I went. Yeah, 20. I know that's. Can't see where it says it.
25. Oh, 1 second. Let me tell you, because I've got all my kooks in front of me. The one where he's using his talent.
Yeah, 24. There you go. Found it at the top.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, because that one, that's my. In many ways, it's my least favourite 𝗂𝗶𝗃 coin. That one is purely because of the error on it. Because if anyone didn't know, the 𝗂𝗶𝗃 is actually the world's largest breed of kingfisher. And kingfishers don't use the talons when they're hunting; they use the bill. They swoop down, grab the bill, and so you wouldn't really see a 𝗂𝗶𝗃 in the wild grabbing a snake by its talons. It would have it in its mouth. But that's just
something new every day.
Yeah. It's just super pedantic of me, I know, and it is. Visually, it's a beautiful design. It really is a nice design, but because somebody was one of my.
I got that as well from them.
Oh wow!
The Lunar Dragon.
Fantastic.
From 2024, I think that was as well. Yeah, 24. Really cool.
Yeah. Did you pick any of the limited edition pieces this year, the colorized coin, etc.?
From Perth Mint at the fair.
Yeah. Did you get areas? That's this year. Yeah, with Little Red Man. I'd love to get the previous year, the 2024, with the Green Man on it. I would love to get that. What do you think they'll do? What did they do the year before that? Do they just go red, green, red, green?
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. I think it might be just red, green, yeah, told today. But I didn't buy it the first time because I didn't really know anything about the World Money Fair the first time I went. And when I got into the main hall, there was a humongous queue for this stand. And I was like, oh, what's the big deal? Does everyone want to talk to the Perth Mint and find out what's going on? And then I looked at the front of the queue and people were buying it. And I was like, oh, well, that queue looks like it's going to take hours. So I was like, I'm going to go around the fair and have a look. And by the time I came back and the queue was gone, I was like, oh, brilliant. I go up and it was like, they're all sold. Yeah. So you need to get in the queue first thing.
Could you not buy 5 back then each? And last year they lowered it to 2, didn't they?
Last year it was 2. The first when I went there, the first year I bought them, you could buy 5. Because I remember Cobra was not in the know, and he walked past me and was like, "Why are you queuing?" And I was like, "Well, for the 𝗂𝗶𝗃, of course, mate." And he was like, "Oh shit, how do I get one?" I was like, "Well, you're gonna have to get in the queue, but I don't think it's gonna happen because they'll be gone." He's like, "Can you get me one?" I was like, "Sure." Well, I mean, I only need like 1 for me, so I think you can buy up to 5. And he was like, "Oh, buy me all 4 of them then." So I bought him all 4.
Cobra being Cobra there, isn't it? But get all 4 of them, for sure. Yeah. We had a couple of annoying people this year because we rushed to the Perth Mint, legging it down there to get there as quick as we can. You get there's a few people in front of you. You safe, you sound. You know you're going to get something, but then we're with these. No, don't care who you're with, mate. Back at queue.
We're British, damn it. We know how to queue.
We invented queuing, and we'll have it done right. Thank you very much. Yeah, for sure. But if you are going this year and you want to get one of the kooks, it is advisable to get there as quick as you can. Very much
get in the queue as soon as you can. Yeah.
They will sell out, but there'll be other things by other mints that are limited to the World Money Fair. Germania did some nice pieces. They did the Berlin Bear, the 5-ounce Berlin Bear, and a couple of other pieces as well. And
the crazy thing is that in the queue, people flip those 𝗂𝗶𝗃s.
I can imagine.
So they literally they scooch up to the front of the queue, take a photo of it, put it on eBay, and then they sell it by the time they get up to the front.
By the time they're there, I can imagine.
And they flipped it for double. So.
I think, to be honest with you, from what I saw, you do well if you hold on to it for a year. So if you sell the previous years at that year, they can go. Wasn't there? Can you remember? I think there was a fight actually in one of the halls, wasn't there? Because somebody had bought the 2025 one and was flipping it, and the person who couldn't get one wasn't happy with how much they were wanting to charge for the one they were selling.
Idea, I can believe that. Yeah, I can believe it.
It was a bit of a tussle. 365 Days of Silver has backed me up there with the photo of the 𝗂𝗶𝗃 with a snake in its bill, not its talons, Perth Mint. But you lose half a point for that, but you still got 100 out of 100 really for the rest of them because they are a fantastic series and one that I do. For sure. I enjoy chipping away at them. I try and get 3 to 5 every year. And then eventually I'll have the full set. But I enjoy doing it, and I like taking my time with it. So what we've got, mate, is we've got the duck race, which I'm sure you'll be familiar with in just under 20 minutes. If you don't mind, what we'll do is we'll have a look at the pieces I've got for the duck race this week, and then once we've done that, if it's okay with you, we will hand it over to the live chat and we'll do a Q&A session.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Me too. I can't wait to see what questions all the guys have got in the live chat. So before we do that, I'm going to pop BYB off screen and let you know that you are, of course, going to get the Cardiff Gold case as per usual. And we'll move on to the stickers and other printed paraphernalia, such as the 1,000 guineas by the Bank of a Thoughtful Stacker, aka 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗃, the resident sniper. You've got a Royal Mail stamp sticker right here for Queen Elizabeth II. You've got 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗃's stickers right there. You've got, of course, you've got my stickers, which is the Stack Collector logo sticker and the Saturday Stack Chat sticker. You've got the Stackers Social sticker, of course, as well. You've got 𝗂𝗧 sticker. There's some fantastic, the 𝗬𝗏𝗁 sticker as well, right there as well. And to go with that, you've got the 𝗬𝗏𝗁. Sorry, just a bit of sticky paper that's getting stuck to everything there. You've got the 𝗬𝗏𝗁 business card right there, absolutely fantastic. You've got the Stackers Social business card. You've got the 365 Days of Silver with the little cameo from a certain TSC and Cyber Salman in the background there as well. Poker chip wise, this week, guys, we've got the one that 𝗬𝗏𝗁 sent across, the poker chip and key wing, etc. You've got the Stackers Social 1K Privy Marks poker chip. These are running out, guys, and it's about time. We're going to be hitting 3,000 members very shortly, and I'm still got some of the 1K members giveaway. Oh, good times they were. You've got the CY Sterling poker chip. You've got the Jack Stacks poker chip as well. You've got the Thoughtful Stacker poker chip. You've of course got the Stack Chat Stackers Stack Collector poker chip as well. Are we going to be seeing a Backyard Bullion poker chip anytime soon, my friend?
Do you know this? It's all like gone over my head. I think of this whole poker chip thing. Sure, let's do one. Why not?
Why not? Get a BYB one out there. I'd love to add that to my collection.
You have to tell me where and how the best way to do it is. But yes, sure. I don't mind.
Yeah, the company I use is a great company. They're actually locally to me. They're only down the road, and they're called Personalised Fun Money. They do a great job. You send them the design you like. They'll even, if the design doesn't work fantastically on a poker chip, they'll amend it very slightly and then send it back to you and say, what do you think to this, etc. So, yeah, do check that out. And if we'd all love to see some BYB poker chips on the market. But that's it for your poker chips and your stickers, guys. You've got a little rubber ducky, of course, for the duck racers, and then for coinage, I want to say a massive thank you to 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗃 for the copper pieces he sent across. A huge thank you to 𝗬𝗏𝗁𝗀 for the little pieces of fractional silver that he sent across right there. I've personally popped in, I've got a little bundle of pre-decimal 500 silver right here. You've got a 1945 Scottish shilling, you've got a 1944 sixpence and a 1943 half crown right there. These next couple of items have been insanely generously donated by the winner of this month's Gold Members Duck Race. I do an exclusive one for all my Gold members on the last Sunday of every month. This month was won by Mark, who contacted me and said, you know what, don't send me those pieces, donate them into the next Duck Race. So thanks to Mark Hawkesbury, we've got a beautiful 1999 Isle of Man Pobjoy half ounce 999 fine silver half crown right there, and as well as that you've got this beautiful restrike of a Edward III coin right there. I do believe it's gold noble. It's sterling silver, 95 sterling silver, and gold gilded as well. But guys, I could not have the one and only, the legend being Backyard Bullion come on my channel and not have at least a little bit of hand poured silver by Backyard Bullion in the giveaway. So here we go, guys. One of the 1 gram silver bartering chips, which was produced by hand by your good self, wasn't it, BYB?
It was indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's your little bundle for tonight, guys.
If you want to put my camera back on,
yeah, you're on. Mate.
I'll throw this in the mix as well.
Oh my word! Oh my word! That deserves.
I haven't actually stamped the weight on it yet, so I don't know what it is, but it will probably be about 1.4-ish ounces. So
yeah. I think anyone would be happy for that. I've
if
got to give you a big old thank you.
If the winner is happy for them to drop an email to me, I will get that posted out Monday morning.
For sure. That's incredibly generous of you, buddy. There you go. Not only do you get the little bartering chip from 𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗏 that I'm putting in, but you get that fantastic piece of silver by the man himself. How incredibly generous is that? Now, if you don't mind, mate, I've got a couple of announcements I'd like to make. I've got some good news and some bad news. So I'll do the bad news first. Rip it off like a bandage. So the bad news is, guys, I'm not going to be doing a Christmas special this year. I know, the last few years I've done a special live stream for Christmas. I've been joined by Addicted to Precious Metals. He's always done a fantastic job with me, and we've always had a lot of fun. Now, I will be doing live streams all the way through December. I'm not able to put together a special for Christmas. The reason for that, though, and don't worry, guys, if you want to see a bit of TSC over your Christmas period, is because on the 26th of December, which is Boxing Day, I'm going to be heading on over to the 𝗀𝗶𝗃 Stacker channel, and I'm going to be joining him in person, and we're going to be broadcasting a live auction from the 𝗀𝗶𝗃 Stacker Studios on Boxing Day. But it's not going to be any normal auction, guys. It's going to be a charity auction. I do believe your good self, you've donated some bits towards it, haven't you, mate?
I have, and annoyingly, I didn't put them in the last package that I sent to 𝗀𝗃. So here are the two pieces that will be on that auction: a heart and a UK map bar.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. There you go, guys. So you're going to get them from Backyard Bullion. I'm personally going to be putting a lot together to auction away, and all the proceeds will go to charity. It's going to be for a fantastic event. So please do come on over and get involved and join us Boxing Day from 7:30 on 𝗀𝗶𝗃 Stacker's channel. And then the following day, on the 27th, which is the Saturday, I'm going to be joining my fellow co-founder from Stacker Social, 𝗫 Soundman, and we're going to be hosting an Oscar-style award ceremony directly from Stacker Social. So that won't be on my channel. That will be in the stage room in Stacker Social. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll give away some fantastic awards to some fantastic people. So I'm going to be doing a couple of Christmas specials, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to host my own because I'm going to be so busy helping out 𝗀𝗶𝗃 and 𝗫 Soundman the following day as well. But a couple of dates to pop in your calendar there, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I also want to say a massive hello, welcome and thank you to a couple of new moderators we've got over at Stacker Social. And that is 𝗫 Stacker, as well as Scottish Bullion Collector. Two fantastic guys. They really are. So thank you so much for joining the team. And there's a little sneaky little link for Stacker Social right there if you want to wear. But we've got 10 minutes. What do you reckon, guys? And BYB, what do you reckon? Should we just do the duck race, get that out of the way, and then just do a Q&A for a bit? What do you think?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think that sounds good. So here we go, guys. You've seen what you're going to be winning. But BYB has very, very graciously donated a piece himself. You got the pieces from my gold member giveaway that's been donated by Michael Hawkesbury, and you've also got the other bits that I've put in, plus for poker chips, etc., etc. So it's a fantastic bundle, guys. It really is worth winning. But
it's also worth remembering that it will come in two packages because my one will be sent out separate.
yeah. You'll get most of the stuff from me, and then BYB's will come on separate cover. Let me get my duck race list. Here we go. We've got 72 people in this race, and in fact, before we do that, let me. Before I forget, we'll do next week's phrase. So if you want to know how you can enter a duck race, I'm about to put a phrase on my YouTube channel which you need to go over and put a comment on. Otherwise, be a channel member. But let me have a look. What date is it next week? It's the 6th today. So what's that? 13th is it next week? Let's have a look. 13th. Yeah. There we go. Nailed it. So let me get this one. So for next week's duck race, 13th. What do you think would be a good phrase?
Well, I mean, if we've got me here in the chat, then surely it's got to be the Cool Kids.
Cool Kids Club.
Something to do with the Cool Kids Club, isn't it?
Or should we go with the Cool Kids Rambling Association?
Sure. The Cool Kids Rambling Association Society.
Yes, yeah, I love it. Because I am one of the cool kids, and I'm also a rambler officially. Yeah, I've been a member of your channel for a little while now.
I know.
Yeah. He knows all, guys. He knows. But I've always,
very much appreciated.
I've always loved getting to the. Which one round is it? It's cool. Cool Kids Club for members and ramblers ones that watch to the end, or is it the other way around? I can't. It's gone out of my head.
The Cool Kids watch to the end, but
That's
the Cool
it.
Kids Club is when you actually comment with the the secret phrase that I do to give away a Britannia every month. And if you're in the super extra special Cool Kids Club, it's when I've come up with a phrase, but then I have a better phrase that I think of right at the end of the video, and then that's the super secret phrase. So I know that you are super extra special cool.
There you go. So it needs to be something like the Cool Kids Rambling Club or something along the lines. But as long as you get Cool Kids Club in there, that will get you entered. So all you need to do is go over to my channel, guys. If I bring it over here we go, and then take you onto blank screen. Here we go, guys. So just go over to my channel, the Stack Collector, and then where it says post, just click on there. You'll see. You'll see this post right here for next week's duck race, 13th at 12:25. Just comment on there, Cool Kids Rambling Club or something along those lines, and you will be entered into next week's giveaway. So let me go back over. Here we are. We're in the ducky races right now. Did I get the names? Let's have a look. No. No, I didn't. So sorry about this, guys. Just 1 second. Let me get that list of names. That does help when I'm trying to do the duck races. There we go. Fantastic. There we go. Copy that. Duck race. There we go. And paste. There we go. Fantastic. Right. Let's head on back over to the ducky races. So then, guys, here we go. So as I say, if you put the comment last week, which was deep fried butterballs, or you're a channel member, you should be on this list. This is your chance to check. And I'm going to go through fairly slowly, but if you do need to slow it down, just watch it back. Take the speed down, and you should hopefully see yourself in there if you commented before midnight yesterday, or you're a channel member. So there you go, guys. 72 of you. Backyard Bullion, if you could do me a favour, because you're the guest, would you please pick the length of time? I
don't know what the standard length would be. Do you do a minute? Less than a minute?
I say if 1 to 3 minutes is the kind of slots I give.
Okay. Well, let's go for 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
2 minutes and 2 seconds. There you go. So what's that? 1 minute 22, is it?
Well, that's 1 minute 22 by the looks of it.
Yeah. And I'll
That's
how do
okay.
I do?
We'll just go for 122. You go 202.
202, yeah, of course. I'm thinking.
There you go.
I don't know why I was thinking that way. I was thinking I had to do it in minutes, not
in
seconds,
yeah.
not minutes. Yeah, for some reason I don't know why. But there we go. Right then, guys, we've got 2 minutes and 2 on the clock right there. You've got 72 of you in the race, so we'll go over to racers. And what I need from one of you wonderful people in the live chat is to give us how many shuffles we're going to be doing tonight. So you know the score, guys. You can't do it yet. You've got to wait till I say go. There we go. Who's going to give? Oh, here we go. BBA. Was BBA in time there? I'm going to have to double check on that one, BBA. Let's have a look. I'm going to have to go on. I'm going to have to go live onto YouTube and see what it says on
BBA was before, but then immediately after your go as well. So
was
technically he's okay.
Right before and after. Okay.
Yeah. He spammed it.
Yeah. Well, whatever works.
Sometimes.
you know what I mean. So there we go. Let's. I'm just. Yeah. BBA. You're 100% right. You were first, so we're going to do 1, 2 shuffles, which is all we ever do nowadays, and that's because of 𝗫𝗺 Sound Man. He's we only do 2 shuffles from now on. But there you go, guys. Fantastic. That's your 2 shuffles.
We're 2 minutes, 2 second, 2 shuffle. Perfect.
There we go.
Let's go.
It's all about the twos here, right then, buddy.
Whoever's duck has got the longest nose right in the middle.
Yeah,
that's an advantage, surely.
Yeah, cheetah duck. Yeah. We say the snowman duck, absolute cheats. Look, he's got 3 foot extra of honker in front of him. So shame on whoever that is. But we do say that for sure. But if you could be kind enough to give me a countdown from 3, my friend, as soon as you say go, I will get the race on the way.
3, 2, 1, go!
And they are off, and Donald Trump Duck is storming out the blocks right there. It looks like it's 𝗕𝗂𝗧 Robbins, as per usual. Snowman Duck the cheetah is up there in the beginning, in the lead right there. Mr. GSH, no, Mrs. GSH, I do apologise. 𝗕𝗂𝗧 Robbins still up there. Coin Noob's looking strong today. Resurgence looking strong. There's my boy, Wiggy the Duck, Teach72. Good luck to you, my friend. It's still a fight.
Scottish Bullion collected by a duck's nose.
There you go. Do you want to do the commentary?
No, you go on. I'll just jump in when I can.
I'd love.
We'll do it together. It'd be great. Edward L on a resurgent strike through.
But Jim Wen is fighting strong against him, and Magsy's up there as well. My word, Magsy, go on, girl. Still got Scottish Bullion Collector. We've got Calc at the bottom. There's a lot of cheeky little duckies hiding away in this one.
Strong down at the bottom though. He's striking up, and we've got a 𝗫𝗍81 right in the middle as well.
S181
oh, no,
very
it's
often
all going
does
wrong
well.
For Calc.
Does well.
All gone wrong for Calc. He's dropping all the way to the back now.
But Scottish Bullion Collector
still doing
looking
well
strong.
At the front.
Still looking. Ian Kirk currently. Oh, we're coming into the final minute, and it's all going wrong for Ian Kirk right there. But Scottish Bullion Collector is looking strong. So is Coin Noob. Coin Noob's never officially won a duck race yet. This could be your first win ever, my friend. That would be fantastic.
Never write off the Donald Trump duck. Trump duck though. He will. He'll always. He just never gives up.
It's a strong
that
contender.
Snowman cheetah's coming up again.
Here he is, look, Mrs. GSH. She won 4 in a row, you know, Mrs. GSH. She literally mopped up. Yeah, about a year ago. Fantastic. She absolutely mopped up 4 in a row. Couldn't believe it. Ollie Harper's there as well. Stacks of silver, resurging, all looking very strong. We're coming into that all-important final 20 seconds of a race now, guys. This is where it all changes. This is where they all fall to the back. But Mrs. GSH is sticking strong. So is Michael Hawksby. Is Michael Hawksby going to re-win the bits that he donated in? That would be insane. That would just be fate, wouldn't it? Oh, no, he's not. But Mrs. GSH might do. Only a couple of seconds left. It's 𝗵𝗃. Look, it is. Congratulations, 𝗵𝗃.
Duck was very close in second.
He was, yeah, he did very, very well there. So, 𝗵𝗃, if you could do me a favour, contact me with your address for the bits I've got in front of me, but also contact Backyard Bullion, and he will get the paw that he's very, very generously donated over to you as well. But, BYB, I have one question to ask you. And that question, my friend, is, I suppose you know what time it is?
Your microphone is sounding a little bit... I didn't hear that.
Oh, I don't suppose you know what time it is.
It's nearly 9 o'clock.
Oh, good, but no cigar, because the time is actually the time where we come together collectively and as one clear voice say, it is time that we shut the duck up. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Back to this studio. I went a bit. You could see my live streaming background there. But no, what a fun race! I loved having you join me on the commentary there. That was a lot of fun. That was, mate. Thank you very much. Thumbnail TSC. Thumbnail 365 gets me every. I've got a little sign on there, and he says it's a thumbnail every time. He does get me. He does. But well done, 𝗵𝗃. Congratulations to you. Fantastic win on that one. I really thought Michael was going to win his stuff back there. He got very, very close, but no, that was fantastic. That really was fantastic. So, guys, I've had BYB to myself for a couple of hours now. I think he's answered some fantastic. Well, he's given some fantastic questions to. He's been given some fantastic answers.
Questions to your answers, yes. I've questioned all your answers.
Yeah. A bit like, what's that game called where they give you the answer and you've got to guess the question?
Oh, Jeopardy.
Yeah. What is? Yeah, exactly.
I'll take what questions need answering today, please, for 10.
Yeah, that's it. But guys, if you do have any questions, I'm going to do my best to go through and pick them all out for you. Do please get involved and put them in the chat. If I do miss any by mistake, feel free to pop them back in. And we'll try and answer everyone's question. We've got a lot of people saying, shut the duck up. Love to see that, guys. Love to see that. Few more secs than I would have won. Unlucky, 𝗕𝗂𝗧. Unlucky. I got lucky dip on the lottery, says Queensy. And it's fantastic to see. So, Q&A. How much would it cost for a beginner to set up a home paw? Very good question, Papa H.
Well, the furnaces aren't that expensive. They're about £250 to £300, depending on the size. You'd need... your safety equipment, maybe call that another 50 quid. Molds, you could do basic molds. You can get them off Amazon, eBay for 10, 15 quid a pop. So not that much. It's the silver that's the most expensive bit. So
would you, if it was somebody new, would you recommend molds, or would you save cost by doing sand casting? Which one would you personally recommend?
I would say probably better to start with molds just to get used to it first, because when you pour into sand, you'll get a lot of flames.
Yeah,
and that can be quite intimidating. Or if you get it wrong, it can.
You lose your shape as well, can't you? Your sand can move. I think although sand's probably either cheaper of the two options, getting the proper molds is for a beginner. I think probably would be the best way to go, wouldn't it?
I think it's probably a bit safer. It's also a lot less labor intensive, and like you don't have to fiddle around trying to get your sand cast mold all perfect. So
I meant to say earlier when you said your answer was a bit boring. When it comes to pouring, safety is so important. Even if it is boring, if you pour a little bit of molten metal on your arm, serious permanent damage, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's so and it's so quick, and it reminds me a little bit. And I know you use a chainsaw every now and again yourself. I've seen you chopping wood up, etc. on your videos.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same kind of mentality. Like when I use my chainsaw, I'm always aware of just how much damage that can do to me while I'm using it, and you've got to have that.
You've got to respect it. The minute you lose respect for anything that it could be dangerous, it becomes dangerous.
Yeah, it will kick you in the ass for sure. Yeah, 100%. But great question, 𝗵𝗶𝗃. Thanks for getting us started with that. Let's have a look, see if we can find any more. My chat's just skipped. Here we go. Not a question, okay, but thank you for my Cobra round. Oh yes, Barry got one of the you poured.
Yeah,
did you pour that
Cobra,
while you were live, didn't you?
So it's kind of a long. Well, we did one with Cobra on live, but we did another one where. Long story short, I was going to be doing a collaboration with Whatnot and doing a live stream on Whatnot, and we made some Cobra rounds to sell, but it just didn't work out with Whatnot, so I didn't. We didn't go for that. But I had the Cobra rounds all made, so I said to Cobra, "Why don't I come down to you and we'll just have a live stream together and we'll have them there." So that's what we did with that one. So yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Fair enough. And this one is a question from KYH Stacking, and he wants to know, what's your favourite piece of bullion that you've poured?
Favourite piece that I've poured is probably our silver spheres.
Okay.
I love them. I've got one stacked away in my safe for myself.
Nice. It's good if you keep one for yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's 30 ounces, so it's not cheap to keep it. When you bookkeep that and you go, well, that's coming out of my pocket into my books, and it's like, so I'm keeping it.
Not far off a kilo, is it? That 30
ounces? The annoying thing was when I ordered the mold and did the maths for it to make it, I wanted it to be a kilo sphere.
Yeah.
But because it's not quite as an exact science, and when you're pouring into a 2-part mold, even the tightness that the mold is held together can affect the volume, and then that changes the total weight. But whatever tolerance of the company that made it ended up being 30 ounces instead of 32.15, and it literally only has to be like an extra millimeter in diameter to suddenly be like 35 ounces. So we're talking such micro. So it's a bit luck of the draw whether it would come out as a kilo. So, but it's kind of nice that it comes out at a nice even 30 ounces. So at least it's kind of cool.
Yeah, still a big old piece. And may actually also answer the next one as well, because 365 has asked, what is the largest piece you've ever poured?
It's not the largest, that sphere. Okay. The largest pieces we've ever done are 40 ounces, 40.
Oof, that's a
and
big
those
old
are
chunk.
those are what I call our big Rolo rounds, and those are actually not poured. They are just basically cast in situ. So you have the 40 ounce of silver in the crucible, and then you get this like vacuum sucking thing. In fact, I'm just going to quickly open, because I've got them here in my day safe. I'll just quickly get them.
Fantastic.
Bear with me.
Yeah, keep those questions coming through, guys. We've got some fantastic questions coming through. We really have. And I just want to say a huge thank you again to BYB for joining us tonight. It's a true honour and pleasure to have you here with us, guys.
So this is a kilo version, so a 32 ounce version of the 40 ounce version that I've done, which is the biggest that I can do.
Okay. Yeah.
And you see that hole in the middle is created by convection heat as it cools slowly. So the silver, the heat of it will rise up and it will suction void this massive hole.
Yes.
And that goes down a long way into the silver. It's really, really cool. And then there on top is
I was just going to say, it reminds me of a golf tee.
Yes.
So there you
it's
go.
A little bit of a big golf tee. You wouldn't want to hit that with a golf club. You'd do some serious damage.
Snap me shaft of my irons, that would for sure. But fantastic piece, so absolutely gorgeous that is.
That's my favourite piece, and then the biggest piece that we've ever done is 40 ounces, 40, of this design.
Yeah, fantastic work. Have you ever been to Japan? And that's from Jamie Frost.
I have not actually ever been to Japan. I have been to a number of Far Eastern countries, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, but I've never been to Japan. It's on the bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
Mrs. Backyard Bullion has been.
Has she?
She's been, yes, but I've never been. So
I'd love to.
Definitely on the list.
Well, Jamie, you should buy me and BYB's tickets, and we'll pop over and see you. We'll have a couple with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Bit of 𝗪𝗁, why not? Next question has come from Benson Coins, fantastic guy. He says, question for BYB: if you didn't collect gold and silver, what other collectibles would you collect that you think you could make good money on?
Well, I mean, I used to collect. I say collect. I used to play the game Magic the Gathering and other card-based collectible games, even things like Dungeons and Dragons stuff. You know, I think there's a lot of collectibles in there. I don't know about making money on them. Like, there's some making money potential on Magic the Gathering stuff. But
you can do the painting on D&D, can't you? Yeah. If you're any good at the painting, people will pay you to paint their models and do a decent job.
But as with anything that's got a big following and a big brand, there are always going to be limited edition items and collectibles of various different things that come out. So inevitably there will be things that you can, inverted commas, make money on. But it's the same with any kind of premium item or collectible item. You will make money on some, you'll lose a lot of money on others. So
I was gonna say, when it comes to stuff you're collecting, because you're interested in it yourself, it's not really all about making profit on it. You know, you just got to buy what you love, haven't you? And you know, and make sure it's got that value to you, because you know it's
100%
part of your collection. It can be, the collectibles game can be a very difficult game to buy and sell for. It really can, because you know, like you said earlier, hindsight's 20/20, and it's always easy to look back. But when you know something's new out and you don't know which way it's going to go, and like you said,
100%,
you know, for sure. But great question there.
Just the last one. Another big passion of mine is books, and another one would be like limited edition books.
Okay.
More modern stuff than like old first editions, but like now you see Kickstarters and things of really nice like art design, leather-bound books of big authors and things like that. No, I love those, and there's a few authors that I follow that I support by trying to get those limited edition stuff for the books that I love. Yeah, so that's another one.
I thought I'd hit the jackpot a few years ago with my first edition, one of my first edition Harry Potters. It's the first book, and in some of them, she wrote her name as Joanne.
Typo, isn't there?
Yes. So the first one is that it's got to be one of the ones that she writes the name as Joanne, not JR, not But the other thing is you've got to have that typo on one of the pages, and then it's worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. And I thought I had it, and I was like, then I found it's like, nah, it's not right. But it's still worth a few £100, so it's still still done. Sure. We've got a cheeky little plug right here, guys. We'll remind you all that we've got Stacking Silver in the UK, Protecting Wealth in an Age of Inflation, authored by our very own 365 Days of Silver. And if you want them for a fantastic price, they are available in my Whatnot shop. And if you buy the book, you get you'll get one of the limited edition poker chips with it as well. So do check that out, guys. But yeah, there's some books, especially with limited edition ones in the the special bindings, etc. I love that. I have a 17th century Bible. And the only reason I bought it is because I thought it was so cool, you know, the proper leather bound with all the gold plated trimming and the latch on it where you can lock it and all that, you know what I mean? So yeah, some fantastic, you know me, I'm Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, big fan of myself as well. So I'm with you on that one. I really am. Just out of my own interest, because you said you collected coins before you got into silver. What was that like? £2.50 or what kind of?
No, it was old Victorian silver as well. Like you,
pre-decimal.
Nice pattern for that pre-decimal stuff. Always loved that kind of stuff. So, but it wasn't really anything serious. It was just literally a little. Every now and again, I'd look on eBay and see something, and you'd buy that coin because it looked cool. Nothing
was
numismatic. Probably overpaid drastically for all of them, but it just is what it is.
I used to. What I used to do is because I used to have a market store at a Sunday market, and not selling anything to do with coins. It was just I do house clearances, and then you look for the nice stuff and chuck the rest away. But sorry, I'm just trying to think of the point I was making there. It's gone out of my head. It's gone completely out of my head. I hate it when that happens. What was I saying?
One man's junk is another man's treasure, kind of thing.
That's definitely true. That definitely for sure. And that's one of the reasons it gets so difficult on the collectibles, because what is treasure to one man is junk to another. No, it's gone. It's gone. Couldn't have been that important anyway. But a brilliant question from Benson there. The next one we've got has come from Kent Chill Nature and Wellness. Great to see you, Kent Chill. It's fantastic to have you here with us. He says, any thoughts on the change of font and style on the Kooks? As a long-term collector, I found the change too much and stick to the classics. What are your thoughts on that?
I have not even known that the font had changed, if I'm being honest. So it's news to me.
So
but
I've got luckily I've got them right here in front of me. So I'll just take back BYB off screen for a second. So your original, because this one's the first ever 𝗂𝗶𝗃. That's the original font.
Yep,
and then
got you.
it went on to that kind of font, didn't it, with a border and quite small. And then the last few years, it's gone on to that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I quite like it.
I quite like the new one. Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like the new one. I think that's okay. But I'll say one thing. I like that they've changed it. I like it's been going for what, 36 years now, is it? And or will be 36 years. Yeah, for sure. So I think it's good that they have changed it up a little bit and stopped it from getting boring. We've just had 365 just shared in Stack Chat Interact. Now we need to talk and get a few more of these ordered up. I know this is my fault because I spoke to you about this back in Germany, didn't I? But for a little while, the prize for the weekly Stack Chat was a Backyard Bullion 1 gram TSC channel bar, wasn't it?
Amazing.
We need to look into getting some more of them done if you've got the time to do it. I know you're a very, very busy person, but that would be great.
I'm sure we can make some time.
But
probably not before Christmas, but we can make some time.
Yeah, it's at some point in the future for sure. I'll just have to order more when I get them and make them last me longer.
Yeah, man.
But good question. And same as say, I quite like the new font as well. This one's from 𝗫𝗫𝗫𝗫. He says, Q for BYB. If you were only just starting to do pause now, what would your first piece be? So if you forget everything, forget the last 10 years exist.
Probably just try a standard bar first. I mean, does that sound really boring? I don't know. Probably the easiest, cheapest mold to find, and just get a bar, because that's what everyone likes, bars.
And I think if you were starting,
maybe a heart, because hearts are cool. Like if I was doing it just to give to someone, then a heart would be nice.
And it's a nice, quite simple design, isn't it, for a first go? You don't want.
Yeah, I don't know where they've gone now. Here's the star. So one of the first things we ever did. Oh, sorry, we're not on screen.
No, you're back on. Sorry,
was a star. I just took a what's it called? A jigsaw, and I jigsawed it into a piece of wood. Stuck the piece of wood down onto a heat-proof mat and poured it in. So flames everywhere of the wood, of course. And I made a star because I was like, I didn't have a star mold, but I wanted to do a star. That was what I wanted to try and make for my godson, but didn't really work out. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's have a look. Alaskan Assassin Adventure says 5 foot feels like 5 Fahrenheit feels like minus 20 here. 15 C feel like minus 28 C. I can't do the conversion. I don't know about you, but I don't do Fahrenheit at all. Yeah, 15 degrees is pretty cold, but minus 28 is very, very cold for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes.
Bjorn says, Amaze Spot has nearly caught up with my BYB Cobra. There you go. A beautiful piece of premium BYB silver, and Spot's nearly caught up with it. You cannot go wrong at all. Question: who is BYB's favourite pourer? That's a good question. If you're not allowed to consider yourself, you are the
of course.
equation. Who would?
My favourite pourer would probably be 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗍. I think his stuff is just so good.
Yeah.
But it's a strange thing, isn't it? Because it's not necessarily that he's poured the items into like the honeycomb mold, for example. He's poured it and then he's poured his heart and soul into the afterwork that comes out of it. So the easiest bit is just putting the silver into the mold, and then it's all of the afterwork that comes out from it. And some of his honeycomb stuff is just, and like the other things he makes with the designs that he creates is just incredible. So from my perspective, I think easy hands down 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗃 silver.
He's getting a lot of love. 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃's getting a lot of love. There's a lot of people out there that he's their favourites at the moment. But there's some, I mean, that's, no, obviously we don't want to take away from the other pourers in the community. There's some fantastic.
No, I mean, there's so many, like it's, and it's crazy. Like everyone's like coming in new, fresh to this, and they're creating their own brands and businesses. And it's incredible that people can do that and do it so well and find so much variety. Because if everybody came in and did exactly the same thing, it wouldn't be special.
No, it wouldn't.
And there's a reason why I never decided to go and try and do sandcast silver pouring or try and learn like the techniques that 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗍's does, because people are better at it than I am. People are going to be more better at it than I am forever. And there's no point in trying to cannibalize each other just for market share. We're all a community here, and we're all just trying to work in our own way. And I think it's amazing that there are so many different niches, and that's the best thing about this game. So
and I personally, that's one of the things I love about the pouring. Like you are artists because you are doing your own thing in your own way, and like you know, it complements each other, because certain people might be into the silver punk kind of design stuff, and certain people might be into 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃's, and other people be into the kind of stuff you're doing, and that diversity is just never a bad thing to have it in the market, is it? You know what I mean? It gives people options.
And I'm not going to lie as well, there's an element of like branding that comes into it as well. You know, if I look at some of the pieces that I make, which ultimately are nice, I'm proud of a lot of pieces I make, but they're not like the 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃 stuff. They're not like some of the silver punk stuff that's just so innovative and amazing. But the branding that comes behind the fact that I've been doing this for so long, and it's, you know, it's the backyard bullion bars, and people know that and want that plays a big role into it as well.
Oh, for sure.
And that will be the same for all the other silver pourers as they develop their skills and businesses and everything as well. So
absolutely, and that goes hand in hand with what I was saying about you being artists, and you know, different artists have different popularities, and their branding or their name sells so much on itself, etc. And that's, you know, that's just the way of the game, isn't it? But no, you're 100% right on that. And you know, I've always, funnily enough, and this is a complete coincidence. My logo for my work and your logo for your paws is very, very similar. It's the leaf, isn't it? But,
oh dear.
Yeah, I'm a tree surgeon, so I went with a kind of a generic leaf kind of design, and it just unfortunately happened to be a little similar to yours. But you were first. I ripped you off.
Oh, was I? Okay.
yeah, for sure.
No, I mean, when I was looking at what inverted commas Maker's Mark stamp I would have on my things, I wanted something that was like representing the back garden. And I was just buying off the shelf at the time. I wasn't getting anything custom made, and I was like, oh, that leaf looks cool, and then there's another leaf there. Oh, that one's a little bit too complicated. I'll just go for this one. This looks nice and simple. And then it was actually one of the American silver pourers at the time called Mr. Zeke, who I took a lot of inspiration from. And he got one of our early pieces when I'd started getting the ripples to look really good, and I stamped the leaf right in the middle. I sent it to him. He bought it, and he did an unboxing on there, and he was looking at it, and he went, oh, it's really amazing because the leaf looks like it's landed on the molten silver, and it's cool around the leaf, and it's really amazing. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a nice little happenstance. So that's now what I do when I stamp them. I put the leaf right in the middle of the ripples.
And it's just like a leaf landing on a pond.
That's what we you know, it's all because of happenstance, but like he coined the phrase, and I've piggybacked it. But you know.
Yeah, no, you did fantastic, and I love a rippling effect. You get that by using a blowtorch just after you pour it, don't you?
Yeah. It takes just a second or two for it to solidify, but you've got a window to do cool things. I remember when I was first doing it, and I put a few pieces up for sale on the silver forum, really early days. I got quite a lot of negative feedback from some people back in the day that they were like, "Oh, it looks really amateurish because you've nudged it and it's got all of these ripples in it." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I think it looks really nice."
It's the character,
And that's it makes every piece is completely unique and different, and like a fingerprint. Okay, sure. If you don't like
I'm
it,
with you. I'm with you.
Don't buy it.
But this is going back to what we were saying earlier when we were talking about channels and when you're starting off. Like, you may get negative comments because there's no way to please everybody, and if you do, just ignore it and move on. Do your own thing. It don't matter. You know, you genuinely can't. If you try and please everyone, you just run round in circles till you fall down. You really do. Team of
another top tip. Oh, sorry.
No, go
just
on.
Want to give this lovely top tip. So if you are getting started and you get a couple of negative comments, like Stackcollector said, just ignore them because it's just so stupid. There is a brilliant tool on YouTube as a creator that you can hide user from channel, and that user won't know they've been hidden. So what I tend to do, if somebody's being really arsey and really horrible, I'll just like write a little reply saying, "Thanks very much for the feedback. Please tell me more." And then I hide them from channel. And so then they often will spend probably like the next 20 minutes writing out this triage of huge amount of like negative shit that they're throwing on us. And then they press send. They see it on their YouTube, but nobody else in the world will ever see it. And no one else will ever see it on our channel again. And I bet you to this day, there are still trolls that will be on my channel writing a negative comment every video, and they won't realize that nobody sees it.
BYB trolling the trolls.
Yeah,
I love it. Fighting the good fight, buddy. I love it. But it's true. I mean, and another thing to remember, guys, is right. The world we live in today, right? It's a stressful world. People they're dealing with so much, and to some people out there, it just takes a little bit of that off to come online and vent a bit of their frustration. It's nothing against you. It's just where they're at themselves, you know. And it's important to remember that, and you know, it really does help you to think. You know,
or if you get a bunch of comments overnight, there could be people who've got substance issues and they're just like grumpy, mad, old, angry, screaming at internet. You know, you shouldn't take it personally. Just ignore and move on.
Yeah, people have got issues. Just like BYB says, just focus on the positive because there's a lot of that in this community. So Team of Fluff has let us know they've had to go. They said, "Gotta go, guys. Watching Stranger Things with a wife." I've got about 30 minutes of Stranger Things left to watch after this live stream. Have you? Do you watch it at all?
Do you know, as a massive D&D fan, I really should, but I never got into it.
Yeah, because it's so.
I never got into it.
The main bad guy is Vecna.
I know.
Demogorgon.
And we absolutely fucking demolished Vecna in our one shot that we did about a year ago. It was fantastic, and I just haven't gotten around to getting into it, and I probably should.
I think you would. And if anyone didn't know, all the names for the monsters from Stranger Things all come from D&D. So the Demogorgon is a demon prince, isn't it? The Demogorgon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I'd much rather meet a Demogorgon out of Stranger Things than I would Demogorgon out of D&D. I know that much. He's an absolute beast. The Demogorgon is, but no, fair play. Crispy Shiny Things has said, "BYB, who's your favourite pourer?"
I think we've done that one, haven't we?
Same. Somebody else asked about the same question. We've already done it.
Okay.
You have given me an unattainable goal with the Maltese B 2 ounce. Oh dear, bless you, mate. Team says enjoy your evening. Probably left already now, but thanks for joining us. Here we go. We got here. You can throw that through my window. I think that's that big hefty piece of silver over there. And feel free, I'll replace the window. I've got no issue with that. You know, just launch it from the window any time you want, mate. I had a few 2-ton copper boilers come through my hands in the scrap business. Oh wow, big old nice. Industrial boilers, them are. I'm excited to be sending one of my poker chips to Japan. Fantastic work. I've literally sent a package to Japan myself earlier in the week. Jamie, if you're watching, I've got your tracking number. I need to send it across to you, but I'll get to you very soon, buddy. Coin Noob, my good friend Griff, somebody else you met in Germany. He says,
yes.
BYB, my journey started with you and a Gothic crown. Is it still your favourite Royal Mint coin, or has anything surpassed it since?
Oh, well, the 2026 sovereigns, the yellow gold ones, I'm sorry, but they are really good. They're a bit boring because they're just a sovereign, but the gold colouring of it is just so good.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I love the way they've brought back the border. I love that they brought back the border on the sovereign. I know it's not a lot of a change, but it's enough of a change that I really do like the fact that it's got the original kind of garter style board around it. So fair play on that. What is your favourite sovereign design?
Favorite sovereign design? It's very difficult
For me, what do you think?
I think it's either the 2017 with the garter,
That's a good one.
it's the 1989.
That's my favourite.
But do you know what? You know what though? The 2025 shieldback proofs are freaking awesome. If they'd been yellow gold, coin of the century.
Oh, I'd have bought. If it'd been yellow gold, I'd have bought one. I'd have bought one in yellow gold. I've got one or two of the original shieldback sovereigns. So they are a beautiful design. In fact, I've got a shield. If anyone wants to know the design, I've got a shieldback crown. So it would have been a smaller version of this on the sovereign. But do like the shieldback stuff. I really do. I think the one they did was the Hanoverian shield, wasn't it? The George Hanoverian.
The 1825.
Yeah. So a little different to Victoria's shield.
Yeah.
But
you can bet in 2038 there'll be a Victoria Shield special. So
you know it for sure.
13 years time, Royal Mint will be milking that for every dime they've got.
But the Gothic crown that's not a bad coin. But
it's a good coin. It's a good coin.
Coin. Especially OG original. I wouldn't say no if anyone ever wants to send me a mail call with a Gothic crown. I'll accept that. But
you've
good
got
question.
8,000 or something. They're not cheap.
Yeah, for sure. I might be a year or two out of date on this, but they were going like starting price was about 5,000, and you could just tell the date on it. It looks completely wiped down, but very, very expensive coin for sure. BBA says, I just wish I kept the treasure I seen and had passed, but that's like, no, I'm with you there, mate. I'm with you 100%. Question for BYB from Nerd. Who is your favourite author? It's got to be 365 Days of Silver, surely.
Well, of course. None other can surpass, with maybe the small exception of the incredible fantasy author Brandon Sanderson.
Okay, fair enough. My favourite author is, again, a fantasy author, and it got to be honest, it's Terry Pratchett with his Discworld.
Okay. Yeah.
Do like they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah. I remember reading them a lot when I was younger. That was nearly 25 years ago, though. So
they did a few, and it's been a while since I've read any Terry Pratchett. I'll be honest, it's got to be nearly 20 years since I've read any, but I did used to like that. Of course, love the work by Tolkien. Martin, the Game of Thrones series. Etc.
Oh yeah, I was reading Game of Thrones before it was even a TV show, and now it's not even like book 6 isn't even out. Like,
Winds of Winter.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about authors that haven't written their books, one of the best book series I've ever read is the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. Books 1 and 2, but it's been 14 years since book 2, and he needs to fucking get out and, excuse the language, get out,
no, you're fine.
Pull his finger out and finish this series, because it's so good. And I remember looking at, I'm going to read this series because it's really good. It's a 3-book series. Book 1 came out in like 2008. Book 2 came out in 2011. And I remember it was 2015. And I was like, it's going to come out anytime now. So I'm going to read it. Great, brilliant. Yeah. And then you hear all these little things. It's coming out soon. It's coming out soon. Every year it never came out. And I was like, it's such a well-written book series. And so if he'd finished and he kept on writing, he'd probably be my number 1 author. Yeah. But he just hasn't finished his book. So
no, it's that for me. That's very much window. I was waiting patiently for Winds of Winter to come, which is the next book in Game of Thrones, which we've surpassed in the TV show. But I was waiting. I've given up on it now. I don't care anymore. It's been so many years.
Book 5 ended on a massive cliffhanger for one of the most incredible characters, Brienne of Tarth. She was being literally strung up and hung, and then it was like, and seen. And you're like, what the fuck? I put in like all of this effort watching this character grow, and then you're just going to put her on the hangman's noose and not tell me what happens ever?
Yeah, Fade to Black. See you later, guys. Cheers, JR. I tell you, another favourite author of mine, and probably this is more my favourite author in adult life than Terry Pratchett, Bernard Cornwell. Fantastic author. Yeah. He did the franchises.
The Sharp series.
Yeah, Sharp for one. Yeah. He also wrote The Last Kingdom series as well. The one about the TV series was based upon. And
I'm a huge Sharp fan. Like,
yes,
that is quality historical television.
Absolutely.
Love
Grew up, every year you'd get it would be 3 days, wouldn't it? You'd get 3 episodes over, one per week for 3 weeks. You'd have to stop halfway through because the news came on. But I used to absolutely love those. I really did. So some fantastic. Apparently we've got a troll in Discord. Thanks for letting us know, BBA. I'm sure one of the mods over there would have been able to sort that. We've got some fantastic mods over there.
Yeah, it's probably one of my trolls that's just decided to be fun.
Yeah, well,
bring it on. I always say this phrase. It's provocative. It gets the people going. The trolls don't really understand, do they? If they write a triad of silly comments in YouTube comments, that actually helps.
Yes, thank you. And I love it. Look, as long as you don't cross the line and you don't start being horrible to other people in the chat, say what you want. I love it. Just bring it on. Come on, let's have it out. You know what I mean? So fair play. Thanks for sorting that out, 365. That's fantastic of you, mate. So Jamie's put a question, but we've just covered this ourselves just through conversation because he just asked what's your favourite sovereign effigy. So. We've just done those, but the 1989, the Tudor Rose, how nice is that? Yep,
it's great,
beautiful.
And I'm hoping that the ones that dropped off at NGC will grade well.
Yeah,
because I have a set. So
fantastic.
We'll see how that goes.
Make the 1 gram TSC bar Vikingy. If I can, I will, my friend. I would Viking up anything. I can.
How can we Viking up something so small? What would we need? We need like a little axe stamp or something.
I mean, yeah, for sure. It's a bit Vikingy. I can imagine a Viking trading in that kind of thing. Being a bartering chip. And all
for
that,
sure, man.
Well, but maybe an axe, because an axe, fantastic for me as a tree surgeon. I use my axe as well. So yeah, why not?
So I love those little 1 gram pieces. They take me all in with the casting method that we use, and then the cutting, and then the hammering. They take about 5 minutes aggregate per bar with all of the antiquing and polishing and everything. A little bit more if we laminate them. But when I did a batch, I ended up with like 500 of them. I did a batch of 500, that was the most incredible thing to like have 500 of them just in a box, and I loved it, just like pouring them out like in a treasure bag. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so, no, I knew when I used to get them off you for the giveaways, there was a bit of a premium to it, but I never questioned it because I used to think to myself, it must be so bloody fiddly.
It is fiddly.
Messing about with them, what you're asking for is more than fair, mate.
The process gets more and more fiddly the further you go along with it. So it starts out quite easy. You just have like a gigantic mold that you have all of the individual strip compartments in, and then you basically end up slicing them to get them, and then you get some which you slice the wrong side of the lines. They're too little in weight. The ones that are a little bit too much is fine, but if it's under a gram, I just stick it back in the melting pot. And then once you've got them all individually, it's like, oh shoot, now I have to like hammer them to get the imperfections out, and then hammer the edges, and then put the design on, flip it over. The amount of times I've boshed my thumb and fingers doing this stuff, and I'm like, it gets more fiddly the longer you go on it, and then antiquing and polishing all of them as well. Like that takes forever. I just sit there with a podcast on, and I'm just literally sitting there polishing these silver bars for like a day, and I'm like, okay, great.
Put something on in the background you can tune off to. I've had a bit of a fiddly job this week myself, mate, to be honest with you. I've had my car had to go through the MOT early in the week, and it failed, unfortunately. One of them was one with just tyre. That were no trouble. So I went and got a new tyre on, but it had a nail and it was quite worn on back, which I want to wear out. So new tyre, no problem. The other one shouldn't have been an issue. It was my indicator, my rear indicator. I thought the bulb had went. It literally went the night before the MOT. So I thought, on the way in, I'm not going to mess about with it. I'll just go to a shop on way in, get them to fit it for me, and that'll be that. It turns out what had happened is water's been getting into my my headlamp, the actual lamp itself. It's pulled in there and it shorted it, so it wasn't the ball that went, and it's made it very difficult to bring it out. And the mechanic finally got it out, but he broke the actual metal filament inside this socket where the bulb went. So it was one of those where it's it's cheap part, nothing, fair play. It's not too bad. It is what it is. Problem is, he couldn't get the actual part. I found the actual part on eBay, but it would have wouldn't have arrived till after my MOT would, the end of the MOT for last year.
Yeah.
And so I went down. I spent one whole day just driving around breakage yards and all this kind of stuff, trying to
find the spare.
Couldn't find it, so boot lid up, because I've got an estate car. I've got boot lid up. I'm in boot of the car with my soldering iron. I got it working. I was quite proud of myself eventually, but it got it done, and it cost me nothing. But it was pretty fiddly.
You do what you must sometimes.
Got a bit of a soldering burn on my thumb from it.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I hate burns.
But those little things, when you pull them off yourself, you feel so proud. It's like
you do. You
really
so,
do.
well, here's something that I haven't actually shared on YouTube, but we lost one of our dogs earlier this year.
Right. Yeah.
And unfortunately, well, hang on, there's some names in here, but look, I'll just cover up the names with something. But like, I just made this little frame with his collar and a little picture of him and everything. So yeah, it was like really nice to do something like yourself rather than just go out to a random company that does it or something like that. So yeah, it's really good to do things yourself, and I'm a big fan of doing that. Which is ironic because I was always awful with like crafts and things when I was younger. Like I never did anything when I was younger. It just seems to have come in the last 10 years.
No, I didn't. I was far too interested going out with my mates, getting drunk and being daft. And later on in life, where I've calmed down a little bit, I've started looking into all these. And I wish I got into them when I was younger. I really do. But no, I was the same, unfortunately. Let's have a look. So next question I can see is from Crispy Shiny Things. I'll do that in a second, 365. But Crispy asks, what's the next special piece you want to get hold of? So, what's out there that you've got your beady little eye on, as we say?
Oh, well, it's the follow-up to the Germania Mint Maltese B. They've got a Maltese Bull, and that looks bloody good. And, we are sponsored by them, but that doesn't automatically mean I get everything they make, because those are expensive things, and they are also very limited. So they give one to me, it means they have one less to sell. So it will be incredible if they do give it to me, but I won't take it for granted if they do. I never take it for granted when I get these things in. But that's like, because I have the Maltese B, I've already said to them that if it's not feasible from a like sponsorship perspective, please put one aside for me so I can buy it, because it's needs to be in my collection. So that's what I'm probably going to get next. Whether it's free or not would be amazing. Very lucky that that's even a factor for me, for the channel. But I'll buy it if I don't get it for free.
This is my last purchase from this week. I bought a couple of bits this week. One of them was the Loki bar we saw earlier. We mentioned Spectres earlier, and I was super glad to get hold of, because this is right up my alley. This is because I'm a proper geek like that. Yeah. But right here we've got the Spectres.
Oh, the Knuckles, the Holy Knuckles. Yeah, I reviewed those. Those are really good.
Yeah. I'm a little bit disappointed in the size of it. I would have loved to.
Yeah, they're not quite real, but
no,
I mean they're really good. We've just done a double header weekend on Spectres products. We did the 𝗕𝗂𝗃 shield yesterday, and today it was the flintlock of George Washington.
Oh, nice.
And the flintlock is incredible. It's so good.
I really can imagine. I've personally been getting really into the weapons now. The knuckles, I've not really. I don't see them as the swords, the same kind of. I'm just a bit of a comic book geek, and obviously they're based on the Constantine comic books, aren't they? The Holy Knuckles, they're what he uses to. In fact, I think these ones are a movie replica, a scaled down movie replica, aren't they? From the Reeves movie. Yeah,
that's what I remember. Yeah,
for sure. So that's a beautiful piece that I've been very lucky to add to the collection. But what we're going to do now, if you don't mind, mate, is we're going to flip on over to Stackers Social right here. And we're going to have a look because people have been sharing all their fantastic backyard bullion pieces in there. And right here to start us off, BBA, look at you. the TSE bar by Backyard Bullion. I haven't seen one of those in a little while. We need to get that sorted. And then, so here we go.
I've got the 10 gram hammered. Those take even longer than the other 1 grammers. I was so ambitious when I was like, yeah, I'm going to make a 10-gram version. It'll be fine. It wasn't fine. It took so long.
People may not know
like
this, but there's actually 2 TSC 10-gram bars knocking about, isn't there?
There are. Yeah. From a time perspective, it's absolutely not worth my time to make those at all. Yeah. It's like I'm working for like half minimum wage to make those, even with the premiums. So, but you know, I don't mind making them. It's just it takes so long.
Yeah, for sure. They are wonderful little pieces. I remember these, the 2024 Silver Forum bars. I remember when they came out. Beautiful little piece there.
10-year anniversaries of doing those next year. Of that run of those 1 ounce bars.
Yeah. Then we got one of the
BYB versions.
Yep.
We got the YouTube play button. I love that one.
Yeah, I love that. Remember when he had these done? I was so jealous because obviously tabletop gamer. You know, it's absolutely fantastic pair of dice. I remember when 365 had them made. Another one of the BYB 2023 bars.
I remember when we made those dice. So I made some. So there was a chap on the forum who wanted a pair.
Yeah.
And I said, I know I can do them. I don't quite know how they're going to work out. And of course, it's going to take me a long time to make a prototype. So if you want to do it, I'll do it for you. But I have no idea. And he just went, you know what? I have complete faith in you. And he sent me the money straight away. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I've got to make them now. So I made these prototypes. And I was like, wow, these look quite good. I'm not going to lie. I'm quite happy with how these have turned out. And I put a post up on YouTube. I ended up having to make 65 of these dice. And each dice takes like 4 hours. So I was like, okay, well, that's going to be my next couple of months. So yes, it was really good to do, but I don't make them anymore at the moment unless people commission them. So
yeah, I can see why. Because you've done I bet we work pretty well as dice actually. We look fairly.
They're not too bad. Yeah, they're as uniform as they can be by being done by hand.
Yeah,
they're not CNC machined. They're all poured by hand, polished by hand, sanded down by hand to be cubes because when you pour into a graphite mold, it's not a cube shape because it has to slide out of the mold. Otherwise, it gets stuck. So I've got calipers, and I'll go across those to as much of a degree as I can to get them perfectly even on all sides.
Well, good work. Well done on that. I didn't know that bit, but so doubly fantastic work on that one. Another one of the BYB bars there. One of the Cobra rounds. That's that's the same one as Barry was talking about earlier. I think Ian Atterbury got the heaviest one. I think I remember him saying in Stackers Social.
I think he ordered it about 2 minutes before the stream started.
Yeah.
So I just put them up on the website, and they were not live, and I pressed live, and then I got this order about 2 minutes later, just before the stream starts. And I was like, "Oh, Cobra, it's happening! It's starting."
There you go. And there he is, Barry Wiggins, showing his. I don't know who that guy is in background there. Get Tony James. No, great to see Barry. Beautiful, and I love it. I just love the ripples in it and the design. I think it's it's really really nice, mate. It really is. I remember this one, the 10,000 subscriber giveaway bar. I think I held that. I think I might have done the giveaway on my channel. I think 365 sent that across to me, and I think I did a duck race for him.
Yes, because 365 is notoriously absent from live streaming, isn't he?
He's getting better.
We need to. He's done a few on. Yeah, I've seen him do a few on YouTube now, and TikTok. But he does need to come on, and if I do it, he needs to do it.
Yeah. This is for sure, mate. For sure. 100%. And then 365 Days of Silver, another beautiful piece right there. And we're back to the TSC 1 gram bars there. Mine is upstairs, unfortunately. It's not to hand, but my favourite piece from you is a 1 gram bar, but it's not silver. And it's actually my favourite 1 gram gold bar. And I've got.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was number 84 of the 2023 run of the one.
Yeah,
the bar.
It's the first year we did it.
Yeah. I can remember when I saw them, I was like, oh, they are so unbelievably cool. I just love, either the name of them, bartering chips, etc., etc. And Coin News just popped in a couple of beautiful little 2021 1 ounce bars there as well. Some fantastic
turning up
pieces.
Nicely. Love it.
Yeah, it's what we like to see, guys. Thanks for sharing them. Let's have a look, see if there's. I'm just looking for any more questions.
There's one other big one that's just come in the chat, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's Blistering Barnacles purchase, but I think we've done 7 chess sets now.
Yeah.
And one of those chess sets also included extra pieces to make a Viking version of chess, so the Norse chess. and a full set of drafts.
Yeah.
So
fantastic.
that was quite incredible to do.
No, I can imagine.
And like, I need to plug my dad as well, because Dad made the boards, and the boards are just like next level in terms of woodworking.
Viking chess, is that the one where the king's in the middle?
In the middle, and he's got to escape to the edge.
Yeah, and you've got the army around it. Like, yeah. That's fantastic. That is. Oh, it's a good job I didn't see that when you sold it. I was at a mortgage the ass.
The last set we did, we actually gilded the gold side, so silver versus gold.
Silver and gold.
Because I've had a couple of inquiries from people going, "Can you do a gold versus silver set?" And when I then remind them that in the size of pieces that we make, because gold is more dense, and one side is about 55 ounces, the other side in gold would be about 100 ounces of gold.
Yeah.
And then you say that would be a third of £1 million. So that would be £300,000 in gold just for.
So nobody's saying
side.
No. Nobody. If you're out there and you want one of these sets, do get a BYB, but just be known it's not going to be cheap.
It's going to cost you £300,000.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. That's not. That's going to be an
it's
expensive game of chess, isn't it? You know what I mean? But a beautiful piece, absolutely beautiful. I'd seen the.
If somebody, I tell you what, I probably wouldn't do the chess set. Yeah. But if somebody commissioned a sphere of gold, that sphere, by the maths of it, would probably be about 55 ounces worth of gold.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know what the maths would be. Let's do 55 times. No, not 559. That's too much. 55 times 3,200. Call it. That's 176,000. That's a little bit more stomachable.
There you go. That's nothing. It's what I spend on a night out. Come on. Fantastic. Robot Toaster has said, travel chest size, maybe. Might just get.
Yeah, I did. So I did think about doing a smaller version of it, but I don't know. Like there are other people who've done smaller chess sets out there, and this is, when I did it, the guy who originally wanted the chess set wanted a full size chess set, like a decent weight to each piece. And the mold that I had, the 2-part mold made, was not cheap. It was about £800. So I was like, well, it makes sense to be big enough such that I can recoup the overhead of the mold just on its own. So sure. And then I was like, if I make a smaller mold, £800, but let's say the whole set only costs £1,000, and I'm making £300 a set, I'm gonna have to sell 4 sets just to break even. Yeah. And I'm like, it's just not really worth it. And that might sound a bit mercenary, but you've got to take these things into consideration when you're doing it for business.
You have. So we're coming up. It's almost 10 to 10. Can you believe it's been nearly 3 hours? So I'm not going to keep you much longer, so you can enjoy at least a little bit of your night off from the kids. But I don't think we can end it yet because we've not done any growing coin questions. So we need to just do a few of them and then get some points out to people, and then if that's okay with you, we'll have to close things down. Can you do me a favour? I'm gonna do a couple of questions myself. While I do that, do you mind thinking of a question you can ask everyone? Is that okay?
So these are like intricately cool questions about coins, isn't it?
Can be anything. Literally, we normally stick it to coins and stacking. But if you want to, go off the path a little bit, then
go off the deep end.
Free. Yeah, absolutely.
Think. Okay.
No worries. So I will think there for you, and what we will say for the first question. What can we refer back to earlier? Let's have a think. Well, I'll do a coiny one first before I do one based on the chat. So, guys, shall I do it? How easy shall I do this? I'll make it easy or difficult. I'll tell you what, guys. A fairly easy one. I'll call this a mid-tier question. In what year was the gold sovereign reintroduced to British coinage? In what year was the gold sovereign reintroduced to British coinage? It's the same year as it was standardised. To give you a little clue on that, guys. So first person to give me the year on that one. It's not 1917. It is 1817. Edward L. 𝗬𝗂𝘀, well done to you. But unlucky on that one, Eastern Dave. You clicked 19 instead of 18 there, unfortunately. But I've got to give it to 𝗬𝗂𝘀 on that one. So I've got you down Edward, let's have a look.
Why don't we do a Brucey bonus follow-up question and say, what was the first year that the sovereign was ever issued?
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. First year the sovereign was ever issued. 1 second, I'm just going to put Edward in. Keep an eye on it. Yeah, I thought it was a typo, mate, unfortunately. Not 2027, because that's 2 years in the future. 1526.
No, Jamie Frost is right, and he's the first to get it right.
Yeah, 1489. Yeah. 15th century,
easy,
1489.
Easy to remember, because the 1989 classic is the 500 anniversary coin.
Yes, it is. So well done to you there, Jamie Frost. You've just got yourself 10 points right there. Okay, and here we go for keeping it on gold, guys. Keeping it on gold. Which famous UK monarch earned themselves the name Old Copper-Nose? Which UK monarch earned themselves the name Old Copper-Nose due to the amount they debased the gold in their coinage? We'll see how long it takes someone to get this one. Here we go. Henry VIII by Edward. Edward is smashing it tonight. Well done to you there, buddy. Good old Copper-Nose. It's because he took so much gold out of the coinage, the tip of his nose, which was the point that stood out the most on the coin, would very often have a bit of a coppery look to it. So that was his nickname there. I'm going to throw out a really easy one now. Every single one of you who watch the Stack Chat on a regular basis should get this. But what was the first ever commemorative coin ever issued by the Royal Mint? Come on, guys. Don't make me wait on that one.
Crikey, I don't even know the answer to that one.
There you go. Rocking Horse Crown by Robot.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. I tell people all the time. So Robot Toast, that puts you 10
well,
away, my friend.
I've got a good coin one that some people might know.
Oh, go on.
We have just had a new 2026 sovereign come out.
Yep.
What are the balancing percentages of the alloys other than gold?
Very good.
If you do it, we'll do it in carats. So 22 carat gold, and then what are the other 2 carats made up of?
Right. Fantastic. Now, what are they made up of? Because it should be fairly easy, this one. No, we're looking for the metal type, aren't we?
So you need to say what percentages of each metal type.
Yeah. You got to say the percentage and the type, guys.
Got to say the percentage of the type, all in one comment.
Yeah.
1 silver, 1 copper, Nerd UK. I did in the original phrasing of the question say 22 parts, and then 1 part.
Yeah, you did say
so
yeah. You didn't. Yeah.
Nerd UK, I think, is the winner.
1 carat. Yep. Fairs. Nerd UK. Well done to you on that one. You always get shafted for your silver when you were taking old gold. They don't give you. They work out the gold content, but they won't work out anything for silver in there. But no. Well done to you there, Nerd. Nerd. You're not getting points. I'm keeping you on minus 100. You've shared it again today. Have you seen his photo, mate? I'm going to show you. I apologise.
Was it the one decorating the Christmas tree?
Yeah, you've seen it. I won't show you.
It's burned into my retinas.
Yeah. You
can't unsee that.
I've told him before, I will take his points away until there's no chance of him ever getting any more back. So you're not going above 0 points, Nerds. You've already done the damage on that one. Funny photo, though. Funny photo. So, Robot Toaster, you're 1 question away, my friend. 𝗖𝗺, you're 3 questions away. It's very, very
I'll tell you what,
close.
We'll do a question which is related to this chat to see if anybody is cool and has been listening all the way through.
Yes.
Earlier tonight, I was asked a question, what was the heaviest piece that I've ever made?
Yeah. Do you want the weight or the piece?
The weight of that piece. There you go, Raspberry Hedgehog.
There you go, 40 hours, perfect.
Raspberry Hedgehog, you are very cool.
Yes, you are. You are one of the cool kids. I might have said he can post it in December. I never said I'd give him any points back, though, did I? So he's not getting the points back. Raspberry Hedgehog, there you go. Fantastic. Well done to you there, Raspberry Hedgehog. Whilst we're doing this, I've got a couple of bits here to open. Here we are. I've got a question. For everyone. Let me just get this package open there. Right. Oh. There we go. Right, so this right here, guys, in this little bag. Let me show you. Here we go. This right here in this little bag, I can get it all together, is 1 gram of silver shot. How much do you think I paid for this? How much did I pay for this 1 gram of silver shot? Wait till you find this one out, guys. That was a whatnot purchase.
I dread to think.
Wait,
it's going to be like
robot toaster. You've nailed it.
I was going to go 10.
You nailed it. 12 quid. It was one of them surprise sets. It was. It's like now. It's now the most expensive gram of silver I own at 12 quid a gram. But robot toaster. No more questions tonight, guys. Get out of here, nerd. Get out of it. I'm not having it. We're not ending the show with it. Get out of it. Here we go. Just do that. But let's all say a massive well done to Robot Toaster, who is our latest winner of the Groin Coins. He has just got himself to 100 points. I haven't got anything set out right now, Robot Toaster, but I will sort out an ounce of silver for you over the next couple of days, and I will message you to let you know what I'm sending across. But do get your address over to me. Well done to you there. You are our latest winner of the Groin Coins. So it now goes back to 0, and we'll start all over again next week. So what a fantastic way to end tonight with another winner. But I've got one more. We'll just do this package very quickly, and then we'll look to end things off. Where's my knife gone? There we go. I've got it. We've done him.
You call yourself a woodsman and you don't have a knife handy.
I know.
I've got mine.
I've been
always on my desk.
I've been sent some chocolate coins.
So this is an interesting one. So this was sent to me by a community member in the USA.
Yeah.
Called Laura Blade. I don't think she makes content anymore. It's got my channel name there, Backyard Bullion on the blade.
Super cool.
And I only had like 200 subs at the time.
Yeah.
And she put out a video going, like the first 10 people that get in touch with her get like a custom made knife.
Oh,
and
wow.
I hopped on it, and she sent it to me from America, and I was like, okay, this is so cool. And it's just my little go-to letter opener work knife.
There you go.
It's there all the time.
I've got a ridiculous knife. It's literally like a Crocodile Dundee Bowie. It's like,
oh, nice. Okay. You call that a knife?
Yeah, it literally is one of those knives. It's a knife, you know what I mean? So
I was given this by Mrs. Backyard Bullion a couple of years ago for Christmas, and it's like a Norse theme.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Doodad.
like an
really
antler
cool.
handle knife, just kind of
It's
like...
wood though, not antler, but it is
okay.
super cool, and it's like nice Norse runic things, and the blade looks funky. So
fantastic.
like that.
That is fantastic.
It's got a nice,
very nice
little leather sheath.
So this package I've just opened from right here is from Sound Money Stacking. I'm just going to take you off for a second. From Sound Money Stacking, he sent me some of his stickers, so I'm going to put one of those in the in the duck race tonight. One of his poker chips as well, because he sent a few of them. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They aren't making it into duck racers. They're mine.
No,
I'm having them. I'm eating them tonight. So sorry about that, guys. There's one rule right here: chocolate don't make it into the duck racers. It just don't happen. How angry are you paying the VAT tax on precious metals? It doesn't. I hate it. I think investment silver should not have VAT on it. I can get it if it's jewelry or if it's anything like that. I can understand. But if it's an investment, bullion bars, etc., I don't think we should have VAT on them. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I've been an avid hater of it since the beginning. That's why we did like the European Mint group orders when we could bypass it legally.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, not a fan personally.
You're right, Sam Money. I am a chocolate thief, but I'll tell you what I'll do. Because I'm stealing your chocolate from you guys. I'll pop you in and a silver threepence into the duck race bundle, and then I bought me chocolate off you. How's that? That's there you go. I won't feel so guilty, but I mean, I could tell you I'm going to put it in the duck race, but it's not going to happen. I'll be lying to you because I'm not going to eat it tonight. So there we go. Right, it is literally 10 o'clock on the dot, guys. I've had a fantastic evening. I really have. I think we've had some fantastic advice from you. Over different things, starting YouTube channels, starting pouring, that kind of thing. So I just want to say a huge thank you for coming across and joining us tonight, BYB, mate. It's
That's my pleasure. It really is.
No, believe me, mate, it's the pleasure's all ours on this one. I mean, having you on the Stack Chat has been a dream since the day I started, fam. Getting you on and getting 365 on, absolute dream. I'm halfway there now. We've all collectively just got to start.
No pressure, 365.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
Spam him, guys. Get on the Stack Chat. That's all we want to see.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on and taking that time to connect with the community tonight with us all. Have you got any announcements or news, like anything up and coming on your channel you'd like to share while we're here?
We got a giveaway coming up next week.
We
are giving away a CIT coin. So CIT, the premium coin maker, they've sent a coin to give away. So that's going to be exciting.
Very nice.
I'll also be doing the overdue. It's now like 6 days overdue for the Silver Britannia Cool Kids Club giveaway. That'll be next week. I've just been too busy of late. So, but that's it really. Otherwise, we're just sort of winding up for the rest of the Christmas rush, basically. And then there's a few more Germania Mint coins to review. So we've got lots of cool things to review over the next couple of weeks before Christmas. And then just usual business as usual. 2026, bring it on.
Plenty of juicy, sexy silver coming up. I mean, you know, what better way to end the year than that? That sounds absolutely fantastic to me. That does.
Exactly.
It really does. So, although I'm sure I'm not alone in saying that each and every single one of us could listen to you talk throughout the entire evening, my friend, I have definitely rabbled on for long enough now. So I think we should leave everyone in the usual fashion by saying, until next time, as usual, look after each other. Keep stacking. Take care. And goodbye. Thank you, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you next week.